Right, so we're up. Only three of us today, but we'll still have a good time, so no worries. Okay, so first of all, experience points. Gustav, what are you buying?
I'm gonna do 5 weapon skill
Mm-hmm.
and 5 willpower
Okay, good choices all, sure.
and 5 fellowship.
Nice. By the way, how much XP did you guys get for the last session? I'm asking because I want to give Marla half of it, and we really need to, boost her up, Bran.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
Like,
I have it.
We
got
the total sum of your approximately XP half.
I got 215 is what I calculated.
Bran?
I don't know what Brian might have gotten more.
I had 305 total this morning when I checked it, so I had some in the bank already. I had 30 or 40 in the bank or something like that.
Okay.
Already.
So let's say a total of 250, so half is 125.
My total XP is 1,505.
Okay.
Okay.
So if Marla should have half of.
No, not half of your total. From where she started. So she currently has a total of 925. And unspent 825. So
man, I'm slacking. I only have just under 1,300.
Okay. Or maybe I actually gave her already half of yours that you had a few sessions ago. I think that's why she has so much. I think I gave her half of your total XP, Brian, and then half XP after each session. Same with Gennaro. I think it's the best system for those hangers on. Okay, so
should we give her XP then?
I'm giving her XP after every session, so she won't be useless. And she has 8 unspent. She essentially has 8 advances she can buy.
Should we get her advances now then?
Not necessarily. No. In your free time, just remember that that she's the camp follower. Previous career's hoe. That's nice.
I don't think she's ever taken any advances.
No, I don't. I think one, because she has a total XP of 925 and she has current XP of 825. So she had to buy something. Okay. And I think it was read and write, if I recall correctly.
Camp follower. I got that pulled up right now.
Yeah.
I could do it real quick. I mean,
okay, sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's 8 numerical ones we could do even.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of skills. It's gonna take her a while to get out of that.
Yeah, camp followers are built like that. That they have a lot of useful and semi-useful skills, and it takes a while. But remember that you can't buy both when you have or. You only buy one, and then the other one if you want after the career is ended. Okay, so that's that for you. And Johannes, what are you buying?
Okay, well, I believe I was going to buy into the career merchant, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because you finished your career, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just want to make sure that I think I've got this right. But so when you go into the next career, if the bonus is less than what you had in your previous career, you can't just don't add it.
No.
Right. But you can buy anything above.
Yes.
What yeah, okay. So I do know what I'm doing. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't making shit up.
Yeah, just remember that if you have, for example, in your current career, if you have plus 10%, and in your next career you have plus 15, you don't get plus 15, you get plus 5, to a total of plus 15.
Exactly.
Because otherwise...
So, for instance, I can't take any toughness in this career, and I have to figure out, oh, there we go, edit. I want you to edit. Right.
So, yeah, probably...
Marla's a beast.
Come again, Brian?
Marla is a freaking beast. All right, so I gave her 2 wounds, 10 fellowship,
nice.
5 willpower, 5 intelligence, and 10 agility. But look at her stats though. I remember like I rolled really well for her. Oh shit! I had both character sheets open. That's why. Oh god.
Ah.
All right. I screwed up. Hang on.
No worries.
Oh shit. Okay, so I was doing that on Gustav the whole time. No wonder. Okay, so I'm gonna undo all this real quick.
No worries. Oh, cool. Okay, Johannes, so you're paying 100, or you've already paid 100 to switch careers. I don't remember.
No, I think I'm paying 100 this session. So that would be okay. And then I technically have 200 more to spend, and that's what I'm just trying to figure out right now, because I can't seem to.
My advice is always go for, bonuses that can actually give you like a +1 to toughness or +1 to strength. Remember, that said, I was thinking lately, and I think this run of Warhammer that we are having right now, I'm almost certain that it will be very combat light and very like mercantile heavy, and I really like it. I think it's going to turn essentially into some sort of economic simulator. Which I think honestly is kind of interesting. I mean, we never done that, But of course, it's up to you. Wounds are always good. Willpower is always good. Intelligence, because it works with your perception, and being perceptive is very important. Stuff like that.
Okay, I corrected Marla. She's got eight advances.
Let's see.
The last numerical one she has is toughness.
Yeah. So she has 14 wounds. Nice. 42 fellowship. Very good for ex-Ho. And I'm just saying because someone was funny and entered Ho into previous careers, and I don't think it was me. Although,
like I heard Big Brawler say it, and I'm like, yeah, and I just.
Although it might be me. Okay, 36 intelligence, 14 wounds. Nice, very nice. Right. So in that case, sorry, Sean. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, I think although I
added her gold too from last session.
Oh, nice, thank you.
I feel like right now what I want to do is I want to spend I want to get proficiency in haggle, so plus 10%.
So 200 for plus 10%, yes?
Oh, it would be 200? No, because I already have the haggle skill.
Oh, sorry, plus 10%. Okay, my bad. Yeah, of course, it's 100 for haggle.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So merchant career plus 10% haggle.
Haggle is very good.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I need it, and then I'm just trying to decide whether I want the trade merchant skill, or if I want like a talent like deal maker or supernumerate. I forget what those. I don't have the book open.
I have my Polish version, which of course won't help much. Bran, how many skills can Marla get? Like not, stats advantages, but skills actually. Because from her character sheet, I only see that she has gossip, bot, and common knowledge empire, and speak language Reichspiel.
Yeah, I don't think she's taken any skills except the whatever she was given when.
Okay, sure.
I have her thing open though. Let me see.
Okay, what was
she can get? Animal care or drive, charm or evaluate, gossip, haggle, perception, search, any one of these trades, armorer, bowyer, cartographer, cook, gunsmith, herbalist, merchant, smith, tailor, or weaponsmith.
Nice. Okay.
Speak language, Breton, Kislevian, or Tilean, and sleight of hand. And then talents, she can get deal maker or street fighter, flee, hardy or suave, resistance to disease, or seasoned traveler.
Okay, nice. Right, so once again, it's up to you, of course. I was just actually curious. But it would probably be good for her to get some skills,
Yeah.
in the future. Sean, supernumerate, which in Polish it's translated as arithmetical genius, means that you get plus 10% modifier to your gambling and navigation tests, and plus 20% to your perception tests when you are trying to ascertain distance, weight, stuff like that. So it's actually fairly useful, but not super useful.
Well, I was thinking because I can do Dealmaker or Streetwise. Oh, I can do supernumerate. Okay, I see what it is because it's Dealmaker or Streetwise, comma supernumerate. So I can do either Dealmaker or Streetwise, and then I can also do supernumerate. I think for this I want to take Dealmaker because I feel like because I already took plus 10 in Haggle, and then apparently Dealmaker I get. Go back to it. I get plus 10% bonus on all Evaluate and Haggle skill tests. So that seems pretty good.
Especially
I had
for
that
a
with
merchant.
Sally. That was pretty helpful.
Yeah, it's very useful, especially for a merchant. So I would suggest that you take it as well.
Okay, so then I have then spent 300 of my 390 that I have available for today.
All right. And streetwise means that you get plus 10% to your to sneaking and hiding in the cities, towns, stuff like that.
Oh, I thought it was more. I thought Streetwise was you get something in relation to dealing
Gossip and stuff, right?
with what?
Isn't with Gossip when you're like...
Maybe it's something
Well,
else.
it's dealing with criminals. Here, let me find it again because I just had it.
Okay. So they've translated this differently. Sure. Okay. Okay. In that case,
Anyway, I'm not getting Streetwise. I'm getting Dealmaker.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
In that case, I think we can start. Who's making notes today? The document is already made.
I believe it's my turn. Unless, did you have one more to do, Brian, or no?
Michael was doing.
I have one. Like one of my notes didn't save, so I owe one.
Okay, so
I can do it now. Or I can do it.
So you can grab it now, if you want, Brian.
Okay. I'm saving it in an actual Word document separately this time.
Yeah. This
is
good idea. Good idea.
I don't suggest writing in Roll20's editor. It's a bad idea. It often.
Well, no, I usually do it in a Word document, copy and paste it over, and then save in Roll20. But since this has happened twice, I'm pretty sure something's happening when I exit Roll20, and I don't save the WordPad because I've seen it in Roll20 already. I assume it's safe.
Oh,
you know what
gotcha,
I mean?
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm saving this separate. So even if Roll20 loses it, like I still have this as backup.
Right. So we are back. Last time, you've finished the unfortunate business with Ralph Hebert. You've rescued Eva and her father, Eva Staller and Johann Staller. I've added their character portraits to the handouts. By the way, I've also cleaned up the handout section a bit. I've only left the important NPCs and stuff like that. So, as well as you can see on the map, on the city map, there are also fewer markers because there were too many of them, and most of them are not important anymore, at least. So I've removed them. So anyway, and you've parted ways with Usadun Thundercock, the Dwarven Slayer. He helped you in combat. Yeah, and the Thundercock. And of course, you were also aided by the heroic Victor Müller, the Staller's guardian. Johann Staller promised you help in any future endeavors that you might, participate in. And he is a merchant, by the way. I just would like to remind you.
Yes.
Eva, of course, was also very, very grateful. Oh, you've also discovered the sad truth behind Hebert's ancestor. As it turns out, he wasn't a necromancer like his grandson, I believe, or grandson believed him to be. He was a victim of an actual necromancer, some kind of a high-ranking imperial noble from Altdorf. So that's old world for you. Very tragic and very ironic.
What was his name? Karstein?
No, it was Stu. Oh no, I don't even remember what was the guy's name, like the one from from the wall scratching. But the Templars will take care of it probably because Staller. Yeah, because Staller said that he will contact the Temple of Sigmar to come and investigate. You were also given some fine swag. If I recall correctly, there was the dagger, there was a set of armor, or maybe only a shirt.
Male shirt.
Male shirt, yeah.
In your inventory, right?
What?
Yeah, I kept that stuff because now, although I don't know if it goes against my star sign, but I kept the stuff to A, to have better armor, and B, to try to look the part of merchant dude a little better. But yeah.
I don't remember who took the dagger though.
Well, I took the dagger because nobody else seemed to want it.
I think we should flip something. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't.
You sell something? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no. I just so my reasoning right now, I guess out of character, is that I'm also trying to impress what's her nuts, Hannah.
Oh, Hannah, the Eva's friend.
Yeah.
Hannah
Yes,
Edberg.
It's all part of my. Yes, it's all part of my grand scheme.
Nice. I like that. Creating your own harem.
Yeah. Well, not harem, but
I know.
creating my own air of respectability.
Yes, definitely. Hannah is also, I believe, from a mercantile family because she and Eva are friends, and her families are actually they know each other. So, given the fact that you guys want. At least I think so that you were mentioning, getting into some kind of business, then everything helps. After that, a few days passed, you got healed up. Johannes, you only have... What? Sorry? Someone was saying something?
Oh, that was my wife carrying my screaming son past us.
Okay. You all got healed up. Johannes, you only have, you still have stitches probably on the left side of your skull, but always good. Marla still has slightly bruised throat from the chain that the beastman was wielding, but she's covering it with with a colorful piece of cloth, colorful piece of cloth, and. You've been contacted, of course, by Dankmar Lightfoot, who is what is the name of Michael's character? I forget. I'm completely.
Lambert Cherryheart.
Lambert Cherryheart's, thank you, uncle. And as usual, during Fridays, or rather, as it's known in the Warhammer fantasy world, there are 8 days actually, not 7. Remember, so we have Valentag, Albentag, Marktag, Bakeltag, Betzaltag, Konigstag, Angestag, and Festtag. So in this case, it's Konistag, the so-called King's Day. There are fights organized, and you are helping essentially, Dankmar with his fighters, because you are both trained in healing, in being physicians and all. But remember, last time something strange happened when you visited the warehouse in which the fight was supposed to take place. If you remember, you remember or not?
Yeah, yes, I remember the guy was juicing. Yeah.
Witold Steinhauser, who by the way is also added to the handle section. He's one of the fighters who works for Dankmar, and he was acting very strangely. He was red. He was very sweating, even though it's summer and it's very hot in Altdorf. He was sweating way too much, and he acted weirdly, to say the least. And you wanted to help him, give him some water. I think Gustav, you were even suggesting that he took something, if I recall correctly, or maybe it was Johannes. I don't remember which one of you.
Well, we found out, if I recall correctly, that Dankmar makes a special drink for them before the fights, and that he had a bunch of that, and so we're thinking, and we or maybe it was Marla specifically, noticed that Dankmar was acting weird too.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were, and I remember Lambert was getting pissed at us for suggesting that Dankmar was doping his fighters.
Of course. And good recollection. Thank you, Sean. And when you returned, because you were speaking about this outside of the warehouse, when you returned to the warehouse, Vitold was no longer there. But Dankmar sent you on an errand. He told you that he very urgently needs you to grab something for him from a man named Kai Shinbek. The name is actually posted in the chat, in Roll20 chat. Kai, he was a member of one of the gangs. He was a member of the fish gang. It's one of the bigger gang. One of the two biggest gangs in Altdorf. The one is the fish. The other are the hooks, or are the hooks. Sorry. And yeah, apparently this man has something for Dankmar. So you went to, or you are actually going to their territory, which ironically is located fairly near the Street of 100 Taverns and your, at least for now, place of living, which is the Shepherd's Wand. Mm-hmm. So you are walking there, three of you, because okay, I will remember his name. Lambert is not following you. He's staying with his uncle for now. So you, Gustav and Marla, you are going there. To get the package.
And can we either stop at our inn on the way there, or retroactively, like, just leave money?
I mean, you're not there. You're let's say that you left money. Just tell me how much did you left there, and how much are you carrying with you, and we'll say that that it's all fine.
Yeah,
I would have left 55 gold.
Mm-hmm.
And like find a loose floorboard or something.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna do something similar. I'm gonna leave 63.
63, okay.
If you want, Sean, you could be in charge of that 55. That's like what I was gonna put towards everything.
Right. Well, let's put a pin in that, and because I think Brian and I were talking about it, that I think we want to at some point maybe open up a bank account or do something with pooling the money, and then start using it to buy or rent our offices or warehouse, whatever. You know what I mean? But just for this session, let's maybe not worry about it too much.
So it's still separate sums.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We need to role play the discussion, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That would be good.
All right. Well, I made a note on my thing that I have 13 crowns on my person and 60 in parentheses, which is hidden in a hole in the floor.
9 on person, 55 on the floor. 9 and change.
Yeah. I figured they can have my shillings and pennies. That's fine. If they mug us.
Marla left.
That's actually.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say. I mean, I'm still carrying, by the standards of the day, I'm still carrying a small fortune on me, but it's just not all my money.
Okay.
Because I have 13 gold crowns. That's a lot, I think.
Okay. Marla left 30 gold crowns, so you can remember that, Brian. And
what did you leave, Sean?
I left 60, and you left 55, and Lambert has his own money wherever that is, on his person, eating pie somewhere.
Yeah, we'll worry about the next time he role plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just as a technical point, I will in my notepad or whatever it is that I have. I think it's in my inventory. Maybe I don't. I do not. Apparently, I don't even have writing tools. I need to rectify that. Okay. Well, right now it's a mental note, but I'll have to start searching for writing tools in a ledger.
Okay. That's probably useful. I don't think that writing tools are too expensive, but either way, you are all pretty rich, so
Yeah.
no worries. Let's say that you've left, the money right after you returned from the Stallers estate. You can roleplay this when Michael returns, so we can have the nice conversation. Now you are going to the docks, and those of you who have Common Knowledge Empire, you can roll. Actually, Gustav, you can roll on Marienburg, on your Marienburg knowledge too.
Okay.
You don't get. Actually, no. Sorry, Gustav. You get plus 10% bonus. That doesn't matter. Because of your past, like character's past. Johannes, you've passed very well. I'm also going to roll for Mala. She also gets plus 10. Yeah, she also passed very well. But of course, Johannes, you did the best. So I'm going to tell you. When you are walking through the busy streets of Altdorf, where there are too many peoples, too many beggars, too many, arguing folk, too many, overly aggressive guards just putting people in their place, and street urchins, begging for a penny or offering the services as runners and couriers for a 2 pence. You try to remember everything you know about the fish, about the gang, one of the two biggest gangs in Altdorf, the fish and the hooks, and you remember some things. You remember that the fish, of course, their main activities are to do with stevedoring, smuggling, fencing, and racketeering. In fact, the fish got their name supposedly from their penchant for turning up with cargo that had accidentally, quote unquote, been dropped overboard.
Yeah.
You seem to remember that most of them, or at least many of them, are actually recruited from stevedores. That they all wear tattoos with, a fish motif, and that you don't remember the exact details, but the tattoos have something to do with their rank.
So like Russian gangsters.
yeah, something like that, or the Yakuza.
Okay.
And you also remember interesting thing. Supposedly the fish are allied with various revolutionary groups in the empire, which, and all of you know this, even you, Bran, without rolling, you know that of course any sort of revolutionary sentiment in the empire is very frowned upon, if not outright dangerous. The empire is built up, based on the on the stricture of obedience, no matter the cost.
Yes.
You always obey your superiors, and you always believe in your superiors. So any revolutionary sentiments can lead to be can even lead to be to getting branded as a heretic. So that's what you know. Oh, and of course you also know that the fish compete with the hooks for control of Altdorf's docklands, and supposedly they are the only gang present in the old docks in the eastern part of the city, the bad part of the city. So that's what you know. Are you saying any of this to your comrades as you are walking?
Yes, I am letting them know what I recall. So it must be that the hooks actually support the emperor, right?
Of course, if the fish are the revolutionaries. Yeah.
When you're a hook all the way. We could do West Side Story.
Yeah.
It's strange that we were hired for our medical expertise and we're sent on there and to meet some gangsters now.
Yeah, a little weird. Hopefully they don't ask us to go fishing.
Did Dankmar told us what are we getting from them? Asks Marla.
He did not.
No, well, he said we were picking up a package.
Yeah, but what's in the package? What's in the box?
Yeah.
Normally I would not look, but I'm totally looking when we get it.
I believe it's a shipment of cannolis.
Leave the crossbow, take the leave the crossbow, take the cannoli.
Yeah. I mean, he's a baker, right? He makes pastries.
Yeah, sure.
Got a shipment of Tilean cannolis. Makes perfect sense. Ow, shit. Sorry.
Don't you also think it's strange that after the wrestler Vitold disappeared, we are immediately sent to grab this thing?
I
do. we are very suspicious. And that reminds me. Go ahead.
Like the only thing that has me continuing on here is the thought or the hope that Lambert's uncle wouldn't
fuck us.
Yeah. But hopes, yeah, they don't don't do too well in the old world.
Yeah, technically he's also your best bud.
Well,
right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we did a few jobs for him, and he honestly seems rather friendly. But I don't like this one bit, says Marla. Something is very strange here.
Yeah, something smells fishy. Ha ha ha. Sorry.
You were saying something, Bran? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said, yeah, be on your toes.
Well, I mean, it's the middle of the day.
Ronaldo is showing us signs, and we should follow our instinct.
It's the middle of the day, and we are going to the place near the Street of 100 Tavern, so I don't think that unless they're going to drag us into some kind of a deserted warehouse that they're going to do any bad thing to us, but I'm just curious.
Well, we're meeting them specifically on the docks, though, correct?
That's why I'm a bit more at ease, but still.
The other thing I was thinking is because we and now my memory is not so good. But when we went down, I feel like we talked to somebody down on the dock area. It was the one that hooked us up with the with the player.
The friendly dock worker, yes?
Yeah. And so that's what I was thinking is maybe we could pay him a visit on our way down and just say, hey, do you have any guys that want to make make some quick coin just standing around and making sure that people don't try to kill us?
Unless he's not in cahoots with them.
That could be. But, I mean...
What do you think?
Well, let me put it to you this way: us being outnumbered 2-1 or 3-1, what's the difference?
It's true that. What do you think about this, Gustav?
I think you're right. I think finding someone off the street like that, like you can't trust them. But we have split up before, where one of us acts like we're not with the rest of the group, and if something goes wrong, that person can be an element of surprise to whoever means to do us harm.
I feel like that's never really worked, but okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least none of us.
I blame Roll20 for that.
Well, at least none of us, except for one person, ever run out on the others, right? So that's good.
Yeah.
True. Well, but that's, I mean, yeah, we don't know them, but I mean, the guy knows us, and well, yeah, he's our only known in that he helped us out once before, so maybe he wouldn't.
Wait, who is this you're talking about? I thought you were talking about
No, I'm not talking about some random person off the street. I'm talking about the guy that hooked us up with the Slayer. Specifically, that guy.
Okay.
You are speaking about the man in the tavern who said that they were the ones that burned the Staller's warehouse, yes?
Correct.
Okay. Well, how do we know where we are going to find him? I mean, he was in that tavern last time, but it was like a week ago.
Yeah.
And you even remember when the tavern was?
Just by the docks.
No.
I don't think I was with you.
Oh, that's very useful. That was by the docks. I mean, docks in Altdorf are known for being small.
Yes. All right. Party pooper.
I mean, yeah, we can try. Sure.
Well, anyway, let's just go down there. I mean, because yeah, again, like you said, we're gonna be outnumbered no matter what we do. So we'll save ourselves some coin by not bothering. Let's just go down there and, take our medicine, as it were.
All right. Yeah, we can. Let's hope that everything will go smoothly. She says, as you are already smelling the river Reich much strongly because you are very close to it. From in between various buildings that are built near the river, you can even see the numerous masts and sails of ships, both small barges and larger shipping vessels. Even you think that you even see a glimpse of one of the famed galleons. Actually, Gustav, you are accustomed to this sort of thing because you've grown up in Marienburg. And naturally, except aside from the impressive sights, there's also the less impressive smell. The docklands in Altdorf are notoriously stinky, and they are very crowded after the war. The war just ended, by the way. Remember, this is at least half a year, more than half a year before the whole business with the child in Marienburg starts. This is like literally after like a month, maybe even a few weeks after Archaean got defeated and retreated to Braskip. So so the memories of the war are still very fresh, and they're still fighting in the north and east. It's not like of the followers of the dark gods, the undead, and the greenskins just immediately disappeared when the conclave of light was victorious. And you can feel it. You can feel it even on the streets because the prices are higher than usual. There are more people. Many of them, most of them, desperate refugees. Altdorf is just too crowded for everyone's tastes, and it's no. You probably guess that the rich and powerful, of course, they don't care because they have their walled mansions, their estates, their country estates, like the Stallers, even though they're not, of course, nobility, they're just merchants, stuff like that. But for you, when you exited the Shepherd's Wand today, first thing in the morning, there was already a queue, outside of people wanting to eat something and ask, and many of them, you guess, wanted to ask Finron for work, judging from the looks of, on their faces, the sallowness and the desperation in their eyes. I really want to emphasize this. Altdorf is not a nice place to be in right now. This mixed, of course, with the religious hysteria of the so-called Sigmar returned Valten, who disappeared apparently. Some say that he was killed, some say that he ascended. Some even say, of course, this is seditious talk, that the Emperor killed him because he didn't want no rival to the crown and his magical warhammer Galmaras. Doomsayers and doom prophets on every street corner are, of course, saying that the evil powers will have another go soon, and that no matter what happens, the domains of man are doomed. And truth be told, after what you saw in Staller's estate, Hebert and his beastmen minions, his undead servants, well, remember, this is Reikland. Things like that are not supposed to happen here, right? But they do. Suddenly you're on the docks. You don't even realize when you've arrived here. And naturally the docks are way overcrowded. There are goods being loaded onto ships, and from the ships, stevedores, dock workers, guardsmen who are patrolling the safer parts of the docks are, of course, all present, as well as myriad humans who are just passing by. street vendors are selling eels, and portable soup kitchens are very popular. You've eaten lately. You are pretty full because Dankmar gave you some. He offered you some food, and he and his family, of course, all cook very well. But you still need to ask about that Kai fellow. You don't remember? I don't think you know exactly where he is, right?
No.
Mm-hmm. In that case, gossip tests, please.
Knowing what we know about the tattoos, would it help if we specifically look for people with?
You want to ask where you can find fish members? That's
Well, if
you
they
don't
have
really
fish
ask
tattoos,
about
but-
gangs. You would know that, Gustav,
No.
without rolling. It's
Let's ask about this guy, whatever his name is. I don't remember.
I'm going to
Kai Strombeck.
Kai Schönbeck.
Okay,
here
yeah,
it
okay,
is.
that's right. I'm gonna gossip.
Yeah. Okay.
I suck.
That's without botch.
Yeah.
Can I try?
Sure. Yeah. You guys roll. That's a botch.
Oh, I'm
And
gonna use a left.
yeah.
I got 2 left then.
Yeah. That's a
Okay,
very
now.
bad botch.
You immediately get stabbed.
Oh yeah. With 100, if you wouldn't reroll, you would be attacked. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
Everybody starts throwing rocks at us.
Kai emerges
The whole
with,
town hates you.
with 2 daggers, just starts stabbing. Fuck you. No, I mean 51. I presume is not enough, or maybe it is. I don't know.
No, it's not. Unless there's a plus 10.
No, said Okay, so you've been asking for like half an hour. Actually, I'm going to roll for Mala as well.
Yeah. Come on, Marla. Save our bacon.
No,
Oh,
she has 42, I think, and if I recall correctly, let's see. Yeah, 42. No, you've all been asking for like half an hour. You've asked various workers, stevedores, busy men and women of outdoors dogs, side, but no dice. That said, you can try again if you want. Remember, you can also do something like this: one person asks, 2 others support him for a plus 10% from each.
Okay. Well, I've got the best fellowship, I think.
How much do you have?
I'll help you out.
I've got a 44, right?
Yeah, so
Do you have that?
So if
Yeah.
Gustav and Mala will support you, you'll get 64 in that
Okay,
case.
I'll go for it.
Nice.
Yay!
That's the good thing that you got that support, because that would be a bot.
I know.
And this time it only took you like 10 minutes when both of your comrades, friends, partners in crime supported you. And a busy-looking, foreman, when you ask about Kai, he scratched his potato-like nose and says, "Oh, you're looking for a fish, eh? Well, this Schönbeck fellow can be found right over there in that outside that warehouse." And he points to a nearby large, wooden and stone building, where even from here, through the throng of people, you can see that there are about 10, 12 large men who look like aggressive dock workers. And that's, I think, the best description. Who are just hanging out outside the door. Just says the foreman, be careful,
Will be the soul of discretion.
Yeah, that's good. Anyway, sorry, I need to return to work. Come on, hurry up with those crates, will ya? And he, ushers his charges to work faster, because time is money. As we all know that. And I don't know why I said that in Christopher Walken's voice.
Time is money.
Yes. Take that to the bank.
Onto a bucket of cream.
Anyway, I presume you approach the warehouse.
Yes.
Yeah. As you get closer, you can clearly see one thing, that the many people who are, visiting and working the dockside give this warehouse a rather wide berth. They're just, when they're moving, they are keeping purposefully away from the entrance, and you can see why. There are 12 men outside the entrance. They all look very tough and honestly very dangerous. There's not a single woman among them. They are all, broad-shouldered, heavily muscled. Some of them have those bandanas like the pirates and wreckers of the old world. Some of them don't, although all of them are heavily tattooed with various fish motifs. I don't, of course, need to tell you that all of them also are armed. Daggers and knives are popular, but almost every single one has some kind of a cudgel or other blunt weapon. One of them has a tattoo, and the only one, he has a fish tattoo on his left cheek, and he has a large cutlass on his left hip. Most of them are drinking. Some of them are eating, eel from from small wooden balls and plates with their dirty fingers. Few are slurping what you presume are, of course, very delicious and fulfilling eel juices. You are approaching them, and of course, I'm not going to tell you exactly what they are loudly talking about, but it's very vulgar, very obnoxious. It involves, the topics mainly involve women, genitalia, procreation, stuff like that. So yeah, and the word "fucking" it just flies a lot, like from a multi-barreled Hellblaster volley gun.
Sort of like us. Okay.
Yeah,
Marla.
I'm not afraid of them, says Marla.
Yeah. No.
What?
Marla can handle herself. So I say, good morning, gentlemen, or whatever time of day it is.
It's not morning per se. I think it's early afternoon, very early afternoon. Okay. When you said that, all of them just went quiet. They all look at you. Some of them blink, like they can't really believe that you said anything. And one of them looks at you and says, "Bitches leave." And then he just, they all return to their conversation.
Well, I would
looking
love
for
to
a Herr Schoenbeck.
When you said that, Johannes, you were saying something, but then Gustav immediately, went for Kai Schoenbeck. Once again, all of them went quiet. They all look at you. They once again blinked, like wink, wink, wink. And then the man with the cutlass and the tattoo on his cheek stands up from a crate that he was sitting on, puts away the flagon of, you guess, cheap beer, and makes his way very lazily and very nonchalantly to you. The rest of his crew, they just look. The man stands in front of you, Gustav. Like, not face to face, but, it's probably still a bit too close for your comfort. You can smell the sweat, the alcohol. Of course, I don't need to tell you that he probably bathed a few weeks ago, so yeah, the smell is very, very, very invasive.
I'm going to keep eye contact and try not to blink if this is what we're doing.
Johannes, you were saying?
I'm going to say maybe it was his birthday.
Maybe.
I smile too.
Something funny, boy, he says. What? Do I make you happy? I'm Kai. The fuck you want? Who sent you,
We have a mutual friend that sent us.
Really?
One of the half-folk.
I have many friends. Although I would like for you to be more specific. I have a short temper. And a mighty strong arm, and he says, flexing his right arm, and true, he looks like a bodybuilder, essentially, He's just very heavily, very stockily built.
I hold my hand out at about Lightfoot's height. Mm-hmm. It's about yay tall.
Oh, you're from the you're from the Halfling, eh?
Well, I'm from my mother originally.
Oh, look, boys, we have a fucking comedian here. He says. The rest of the crew are just, of course, they're laughing. Although it's a bit, forced. So, Vinnan sent you, eh?
Who?
Who? He asks, looking at you, Johannes. Vinnan Nibblemantle. I've entered the name in the chat. You came here to grab the and he says this. You see a bit more, slightly more quiet. You're here to grab the latest shipment, hmm?
Yes.
Yes. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
I was told we're here to. Yeah.
Pick up the latest shipment.
Describe him for me, says Kai. How does he look? Hey Kai, maybe they're pigs, says one of the guys. No, they don't look like the guard. Besides the guard, we paid them too well.
I look offended when he says that.
We paid them too well for them to harass us. Nah, I don't think they're pigs. I think they're clueless, says Shrubek. And he smiles broadly. You see, interestingly, that he has tattoos on his teeth. He has inked teeth. You're not sure if it's permanent,
okay.
but there are strange, like fish-like tattoos on his front teeth, and both up and down. So, describe Vinnan for me, boy. And only you, says, pointing at you, Gustav.
Cool.
I don't know this man. We're here to pick up a package.
Well, I'm not going to give you a package until I know that you're from Vinnan. Vinnan is the only halfling that we are making deals with. So, what, you want to tell me that you can describe your employer?
I'm gonna describe Lightfoot then.
Dankmar?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When you described him, he nods. Yeah, you see? Was that hard? By the gods.
Sneaky little halfling.
You're, I see that you're clearly new to this. Very well. Come inside, all of you, free. And he, snaps his fingers at you, turns around and walks towards the entrance to the warehouse. Two of his men stood up from the crates and they open the small side door. Marla follows you. I presume that you follow him, by the way, unless not. Then tell me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought so.
Johannes?
Yes, of course.
When you go there, Marla follows you and she whispers to both of you, Vinnan? Nimblemantle? What is... So now Dankmar has some kind of an alter ego?
Well, I mean, maybe Dankmar isn't even his real name.
I think it is. Remember that when we were at his home, the name... it was passed, like his family members were mentioning it all the time. I think there are Lightfoots. It sounds like this Vinnan Nimblemantle is like some kind of a criminal, I don't know,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A nickname.
An alias. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
alias.
Yeah, alias. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, she wouldn't use alter ego. I think she would use alias or nickname because she's not that
I think
sophisticated. Yeah.
Yes. Them's big words.
You entered the insides of the warehouse. Mercifully, it's a bit cooler than on the outside. Given that this building is made from, aside from wood, it's also made from rock, from solid rock. There are a lot of crates here, a lot of barrels. They are stacked practically to the ceiling, and the building is large. So you guess that there are just like hundreds of tons of goods here, and you can probably guess that most of them are certainly not legal, although you don't know how big of a portion of that of them is actually illegal. And like in many warehouses like this, there are lanes between the crates, so the whole thing turns into a labyrinth. You are following Kai, who actually grabbed a small oil lantern right after he entered. Oh, and by the way, the two guys that opened the door for you, they are following you. Like, they are on your, at your backs. A few steps behind, but you can still feel their gazes on you. Eventually, you stop in the probably in the middle of the warehouse. You are surrounded by crates, by barrels, by sacks. You can of course smell the damp wood. You can smell the rot. You can hear the squeaking of rats. You think that if they would want to kill right now, you would probably never be found.
Yeah.
You are in the middle of Altdorf, but at the same time you feel like you're somewhere completely else. It's rather disconcerting. Anyway, Kai turns around, looks at you. You see that he has this slightly disinterested look on his face and says, "Alright. Now," he says, as he slams his left hand, because in his right he holds the lantern, at the top of a nearby barrel, and you see that the lid just flips, like it turns upwards. You are almost certain that it's on some kind of hinge, probably. He puts his meaty hand inside and grabs something and takes out a rather large box that is stuffed in a woolen sack. Closes the barrel, puts the box in the sack on the barrel. Like, it's not the box is not huge. It could probably fit in a backpack. Even when looking like into the sack, and you remember this is like it's dark. Even with the lanterns, it's gloomy in this place. You can see that the box is very well made. It has ornaments on it. You are certain of that. Kai pats the box. Right. The latest shipment. Tell Vinnen, by the way, the price will probably get higher next time. Oh, maybe next time, but later in the year. Right now, the the situation in our glorious empire, may it last forever, it's not that good. It's not that good, and we need to. Well, we are getting this, and he once again pats the box, from Tilean. So you can probably guess that, all the fees, all the tolls, all the taxes, stuff like that, it costs money. So tell Vinnen to prepare himself for coughing up some extra carols. I think you can do that, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Sanio went very silent.
I was typing, sorry.
I understand that this is probably all new to you. You all look like virgins, but keep up. Keep up. This is grown men's world, and women's, he says, looking at Marla and smiling, maybe a bit too broadly for your liking, Gustav. Anyway, grab the box. It's yours now.
I grabbed the box, I guess.
Oh, and it will probably be better for you if the pigs, if you don't get caught with it. Just a free advice, he says with this rather nasty smile this time.
So, it'll fit in my backpack, you said?
If it would be empty, yes. But if it's not, then you probably need to, hold it in the bag.
Okay. Anybody have an empty backpack?
Not really, says Marla.
Well,
Do any of the thugs have a backpack?
Well, I have a sling bag. But I don't know if I'm carrying that with me right now.
I presume that you are carrying your backpacks and sling bags with you, unless you tell me otherwise, because you probably have stuff in this. In those bags.
Well, I feel like I wouldn't still be carrying all the rations, but that's
Yeah, I mean, we can say that you left the rations in the room.
But anyway, yeah. So can it fit in the sling bag?
Yeah. It won't be super comfortable to wear, but it will fit. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. I'll put it in my sling bag.
Okay. Come on, let me walk you to the door, says Kai. And he walks you to the door. As you exit the cool but rather small warehouse and walk out onto the busy Altdorf docks, you are once again struck by first the heat wave and then the smell wave. You almost want to come back to get back inside, but unfortunately you know that it's not possible. After the business has been concluded, you see that the fish, they just return to their conversations, to their drinking and eating. There are no words of goodbye, farewell, nothing. Kai and his men just presume that you are going to go away now, unless you want to speak to them.
No, I do not.
Gustav?
No.
All right.
I'm good.
So you just walk away from them with the box in your back, Johannes. Now, very quickly, I need to grab something to drink for myself because my throat.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll take a quick.
Yeah, and we are right back.
Yep. All right, I'm back.
Yeah, me too.
All right, cool.
We didn't get shanked.
Yeah. I thought for a minute there we were in trouble when you were like, I don't know anybody by that name.
That's all I had. I'm just going to describe the guy that sent me.
Yeah.
We need to find a secluded place and take a look inside.
Mm-hmm.
Normally I don't do this sort of thing, but
Hopefully it's not the Ark of the Covenant.
if it's like a drug or something, maybe you could like
Reverse
take a little
engineer
bit
it.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm not even sure where would be a safe place to take it.
Well, it did occur to me to go to the wreck of the Staller warehouse. Like there's nobody around there. But
We definitely don't want to go back to our inn with it.
yeah, probably not.
I feel like we're gonna be patsies for something here.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
like what's
yeah. Well, I mean, I think the fact that we didn't get shanked bodes well. But yeah, we'll have to see. Hmm. Oh.
this advanced trading shit is like
Yeah, I'm gonna have to read it more carefully. So I don't know what's going on with that, but
trying to see what our
here.
angle could be.
hmm
Yeah, I think it's a very cool system, in Sigmar Sers, the advanced trade. Very interesting. And
actually it's the companion. It's
okay,
not Sigmar's.
yeah, actually, yeah, in comparison,
Yeah.
because I think it's Andy Law wrote it, or at least parts of it, the system. So you can even trade with the rest of the world, not only in the Empire, but actually beyond. So
Yeah. hmm
so it's very, very interesting. If you
Yeah,
guys would
I was
like
telling
to,
Brian.
yeah,
hmm
go.
Well, I was telling Brian that I kind of my thought was to keep it sort of in the medical apothecary realm, that we're trying to bring in exotic components for healing potions and various things.
Mm-hmm.
That's our angle, or medical instruments from abroad or whatever.
That'd probably be under the availability matrix. That'd probably be like exotics.
Maybe.
There's oils, exotics, spirits.
Well, and then we could trade other goods just to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
To make actual money,
Yeah.
or
Buy for a crown and sell for 2.
That's certainly something feasible. I'm also interested if you guys are going to try to and buy property, or maybe move out from your friendly elven innkeeper.
You're probably got a housekeeper and everything.
Well, I personally have to complete my career, so
to buy a house, yes.
I either have to have a townhouse or a warehouse.
No, actually, that's very easy. You kill the pesky merchant from the beginning. The one who tried to set up fights, and you take over his house.
Oh yeah.
The horse head is still there. So
Yeah.
Anyway, let's return. You move away from the fish's territory. You can feel, Johannes, that the box is heavy, and not just the vessel. It's whatever is inside. It also weighs quite well, not a lot, but it is a considerable weight. Where are you going, and what are you going to do right now?
We are looking for a secluded place where we can
Your
open
room,
it and see what's inside.
your room in the inn,
Yeah.
which is very close.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, let's do that.
Mhm. Gustav, you cool with that?
I can't think of a better place. Unfortunately, I don't I'm not sure that's a good idea. Going back to our, especially if we're being watched.
You can
Especially
always,
if it's the Ark of the Covenant.
you can always roll perception if you want to know if you're being watched or not.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try.
Ooh,
Let's see.
Gustav really had a success.
Yeah.
Unless that's for something else.
I'm not going to roll for Marla because your rolls were good enough. No, you are pretty sure that you are not being watched or followed.
Sweet.
So yeah, and you've been very careful with that after the whole business with those two thugs that that were working for Raf Hebert, who were actually following you and whom you almost met in the docks, Johannes. Remember the time when Creepio decided to run away? You're sure that you are not followed this time. And so you eventually, you enter the Street of 100 Taverns and then move between numerous buildings, inns, taverns, stuff like that, tenement buildings. When you reach Shepherd's Wand, a small but very well-maintained inn run by the elf Finron. You enter inside. There are, it's like lunchtime, so the place is packed. There's not a single free table, and many people are, the bar is also completely occupied. Many people are just eating their food standing, near the walls or even between tables. So when you push your way through, you gain yourself a few nudges and few angry looks when you are trying to go upstairs to your room. Eventually you reach it. You enter your room. You probably quickly check if the money is there under the floorboards. It is, of course, don't worry.
Okay.
What now, Johannes?
I will put the box. Do we have like a nightstand or a table or a chair I can set the box down on?
You have a chair.
Okay, I'm gonna set it down and then I attempt to open it.
You set it down, and when you, first of all, you open your sling bag. You take the box in the woolen sack. You pull the box out of the sack. You immediately see that the box is very nicely made. It's made from some kind of wood that's strange to the touch. It's very smooth, almost too smooth, and there are symbols and motifs on it. They are, they are definitely old world, probably, because they portrayed knights, hunting animals, trees, stuff like that. But you never saw anything like that in the Empire. Gustav, that said, you can roll me minus 10% intelligence.
I'm picking my nose.
Durr. No, sadly nothing. Okay. There's also a curious thing, because you don't see any lock. And of course the box is closed.
Okay.
You don't see any lock, but you can't open the box.
But I cannot open the box.
The box is closed.
Okay. Well, I try my best to memorize or jot down, or however I can try to memorize what the patterns are on it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably just put a piece of paper over it and some charcoal.
There we go. Well, do we have either of those things?
I have a writing kit.
Yeah. So
you do have a writing kit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So then we'll do that. We'll do a what the fuck is that term called?
Copy.
What is that called?
What?
You're copying the motif, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Indiana Jones.
Except for the boulder chasing and the
Yeah.
and the shooting people who are waving their swords. Okay. You do that without any problems. You copy the designs, but are you actually trying to open the box in any way?
If it doesn't seem to open and I can't readily figure it out, I'm not going to destroy the box in order to do it.
But maybe you want to take a look at it. Closer look.
I will take a closer look at it for sure.
Okay. Same with you, Brian?
Yeah.
So
Obviously there's like a mechanism on it we don't see or something.
remember,
you
you can spend more time if you want.
Yeah.
Up to plus 15% total bonus. Let's say in that case, actually, sorry, plus 30% total bonus, of course, because this is max. That said, it will take you for a plus 30%. It will take you at least a dozen minutes, probably, of just inspecting the thing.
Oh, dozens of minutes?
I mean, dozen minutes, like less than 15 minutes, because you are just very.
Oh yeah. No, I will very carefully inspect it and look for the one thing that I can press that will release the secret latch. So I'd roll. Is this intelligence I'm rolling
This
against?
is perception. If you have, I presume that you have perception.
Yeah, I have perception. Yeah, I do.
Okay. Okay.
Damn.
Wow. Let's see if Gustav will roll better, and I'm also going to roll for Marla just for. Actually, no, I'm not going to roll for her. I don't think she would be. I don't think she would be investigating this box that closely. She feels that it's probably that this is some spy level shit, and she's not fit for it. So, Gustav, sadly, you didn't found anything. I mean, you are the motifs on the box are very interesting, but Johannes, but you don't know where the lock is. Like there's no lock, there's no keyhole. Johannes, that said, you take a look, a very thorough look at the box from all angles. And I would also like to mention that the motifs, the dogs, the hunting, the hunting animals, the knights, they are all made from metal, like pressed metal. And you suddenly see that one of the knights who is holding a rather large pike. You think that's what they're called. They're not very popular in the Empire, but this is like a spear, but much longer. You think that the pike looks like it's slightly loose, like it's slightly like it sticks out. So you press the pike very gently with your thumb, and this is a very small thing. This is like a match, maybe. It's thinner than a match, and with a very quiet click, the pike just falls on the chair. It's super thin and super well made. You take the pike in your two fingers, and Gustav, and you see this with Marla. You see that this kind of artifice is just breathtaking, honestly. And then you almost immediately notice a boar, one of the animals that the hunting dogs are chasing, is a large boar that is already has like sculpted like half a dozen arrows sticking from it. But there's also like this small hole in the boar's side. The boar, by the way, is like in the middle of the box, in the middle of the side of a box. So you put the pike into the boar, and with a small click, the box opens. This is impressive, by the way. I don't need to tell you that none of you probably ever saw something like that. Sorry, just a few chomps of food, because I'm very hungry.
Yeah.
Anyway, the box opens. And most chests and boxes, when they open in the Empire, in the old world, they tend to squeak, they tend to creak. Not this one. This is smooth and quiet. And you smell the contents before you see them. The smell is very strange. It's very strong, not unpleasant, but also invasive. And then you see what's inside. Inside there's the box is segmented. It's divided into small portions, into small cubes. And inside each cube is a very small bag made from a very fine material. You guess silk, which, by the way, silk in the old world, super expensive. They are all tied with those very thin, very fine looking golden threads, and they smell very strongly. What are you doing?
Okay.
Apothecary. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. So they're bundles of something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they're tied with a very fine string.
There are a total of 12 small bags in 2 rows of 6.
Okay. Okay. And is it? Would I have to cut the string, or can I untie the string?
You can untie, but it's tricky.
Okay.
You have to get it tied back the same way and everything.
Right. That's what I'm going for. Is I'm not going to untie it yet, but I'm going to try to figure out.
You can untie it, but it will require a dexterity test. That said, I can give you plus 20% because, let's face it, it's just untying stuff. So, you can also get plus 10% if you take longer, if you take your time with it.
Okay. Well, I wanna discuss it with my before I do anything that I can't undo. I want to discuss it with my compatriots. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, obviously we don't know what's in these packets.
And we don't recognize the smell at all.
Would
you think I can roll against apothecary?
Yes, you can
I've
roll.
tried apothecary too.
You both of you can roll minus 20%. No, sorry, minus 15%.
15%. I don't make it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I made it.
But I think
Yeah, I made it.
Gustav,
You have trade apothecary?
Yeah, you taught it to me.
Oh, I forgot.
actually, trade apothecary helped, but it's not because of Johannes' lessons that you think that you know what this is. You go back, your mind goes back to Marienburg, to your youth in Marienburg, running with the gangs, stuff like that. And you've met many unsavory characters, many people who were into various illegal stuff, various illegal things. And you remember, your gang, you never did drugs, because the drugs were trouble. But you met people who did. Especially the overly aggressive, violent people who did what you think you recall was Crimson Shade.
Oh shit.
It was a drug that smelled very characteristically. Exactly, even through the skin, even when the people, when a person ingested it, when they were sweating, they were smelling of it. This is the exact same smell. And you remember, that you were talking with your friends in the gang about not all the time, but sometimes the conversation gravitated towards this, right? And you remember that Crimson Shade, because few of them, they want to get to be tougher, to be stronger, faster, as with all of the gang stuff, the big prey on the big prey on the weaker. So, some of your friends wanted to get even, and they were thinking about a shortcut. And given that Marienburg is, well, the main trade hub in the old world, you can buy everything there. The Crimson Shade apparently is the name given by old warders to the leaves of the blood oak of Estalia. It is an extremely addictive drug, but you remember, Gustav, that it grants its user inhuman quickness and strength, but only for a very short time. And then the after effects are nasty. And it's also, as I said before, extremely addictive. Oh, and as all drugs, of course, like, especially those imported from other lands.
Highly illegal.
No, I mean, of course it is legal, but it's also very expensive. Are you sharing this with your friends?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very quietly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now we know that he's juicing for sure his fighters. Why would he do that?
Because he's a fucking asshole, says Marla, who wants his fighters to, fight well and fast, and he doesn't care about what happens to them after the fight.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
who knows how many of those poor boys he got hooked up on this shit. But it's strange to me. I mean, Gustav, you said that this drug was expensive, yes?
Yeah.
So that means...
I remember. This
So
is the most of it I've ever seen, I presume.
Yeah, I mean, all of you know that this amount of drugs in one box, there are people who would kill you thrice over for it in Altdorf, in any place, honestly. This is like a, you feel like you have this large keg of gunpowder that is slowly burning. Marla says, but wait, that means that he has to earn a lot of money on those fights for this to be profitable, right? If the drugs are this expensive, his fighters need to bring him a lot of cash. And correct me if I'm wrong, we did already a few jobs for Dankmar. I mean, he paid us well, he paid us with gold, but he also told us that, that the fights for now, and what she's saying is true, are not that profitable. So what?
So
He's either lying or...
He's selling this.
Or the cost of this is making it not that profitable.
Yeah. Or even...
he's just a bad businessman.
Yeah, or even with the drugs, they suck at fighting.
Jeez, I keep on catching this thing on there. Well, I mean, maybe, yeah. So obviously he's got more pies in the oven than we thought.
All right, so what now? Asks Marla.
Well,
We have to finish the job. Any qualms we have with this, we need to handle separately. But it needs to be known that I, Gustav, and Johannes, and Marla finished this job and did what we were supposed to do.
Gustav says Marla, and you see that she has a very serious face. I've lost friends to this shit. This is poison. This kills people in the same way as a dagger in the street, or as a bolt to the heart. And it's worse. It's insidious killer. The girl that I first lived with in Altdorf, she overdosed. I found her. Shit stained, and she choked on her own puke. If Dankmar is giving this to, and I mean, from what we can deduce, he's not like giving this drug knowingly to his fighters. He's mixing it with food, right?
Yeah.
So they are taking this without knowing what they are taking.
I think the issue is Dunkmar is a lot bigger of a fish than we originally thought.
Yeah, and I think you're correct that we need to uphold our good name, but there's also nothing to stop us from going to our friend Conrad, I believe his name was, and telling him, hey, you know this other guy is cheating with his fighters, and see how that works out.
You were telling about Karsten Leibniz.
Is that what his name was? Yeah, sorry.
The guy from the first
One-eyed Miller.
Yeah, the one who has contacts with the Tilean crime syndicate. I mean, if we are...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, Mara says, if we are going to do this, and this Leibniz fellow will... I think she met him, so she's going to say Karsten. Yeah. And Karsten will get proof. You know what this means for Dankmar. He'll get killed. And Dankmar is Lambert's family. You want
I think it goes without saying that Lambert needs to be kept out of this for the time being.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Do we really want to do this thing? Do we really want to start keeping things from each other? We are in this whole mess together. That's why I got off the street, because you guys showed me that there's more than just being what I was before, and that there's trust to be found in this city. And I know this sounds corny as all hell, but it is what it is. But if we are going to start keeping things from each other, not trusting each other, I mean...
True.
I think we are in a situation that is, well, there's no good exit from it.
No, I think... Well... I think we need to discuss it with Lambert. But here's one thing I was thinking. Like, is there a way that we can substitute this stuff with something else, and he'll think he's giving it to his fighters?
I'm not sure there's a way out of giving him this exactly as it looks.
Yeah, kind of. I'm just speculating. I don't have an answer.
I think we need to bring him his goods, play dumb, and then come back and visit him later with our faces covered and...
Yes, I'm sure that he won't know that it's us. Come on. Like, we are characteristic. And he'll get visited by people who few hours before gave him a huge shipment of drugs. 3 people, 2 men and 1 woman. He would have to be fucking retarded not to connect the dots. I'm sorry for saying this.
Oh, he is a halfling. No.
That's racist.
I know, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm racist against halflings. If he was a Reiklander, it would be okay, but these Mootlanders are weird.
I mean, as much as it pains me to say so, I think that you're right. We have to give this back to him. Otherwise,
we definitely have to give it.
Otherwise, he'll. Well, I mean, you know what happens to people who don't bring this sort of stuff back to the people who ask them to. They disappear.
Yes.
And I'm sure that if Dagmar is willing to juice up his fighters, is willing to buy foreign, very expensive Estalian drugs, that he won't have any qualms with killing all of us. Hell, I'm sure that he would even be able to harm Lambert.
Yeah, he definitely. I definitely think we need to cut ties with him. But I just had another thought. I wonder if I can look in the sources or anything. Is there any, if I can make a methadone for Crimson Shade?
What's methadone?
Methadone is what they give people to get them off of heroin or off of opioids in general.
Oh, yeah, you would, but this sort of stuff, you would need laboratory, you would need test subjects, and you'd probably literally need months, if not years, of research.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. This. You know,
it's like, no, you just give them chalk.
Remember that in the Empire and Old World in general, alchemical knowledge is very closely guarded and very jealously guarded. So, if, for example, word would get out that you are working on something like this, the guilds, even the Gold College of Magic, could be involved because no one likes an upstart.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I think you guys are definitely right, Marla and Gustav. We just need to give him this stuff, and then we need to get away from him.
Well, if you get away from him after giving him the stuff, he'll know that we know. I mean, he's paying us for nothing. The fights that happen every Connie stag. Let's be honest, boys. They are easy. Right? All you had to do by now were to apply a few bandages, stuff like that, and he's paying us with gold, with honest gold. Like, we would have to be crazy to just walk away from something like this.
Well, I mean, yeah, maybe, but I mean, we already have established that we're going to go into some other form of business, and that maybe that business will take us away from all this.
What do you think about this, Gustav? Asks Marla.
I think for now we're in agreement that it needs to go back to Lightfoot, but it also seems like we're in agreement, maybe not the details of it, but that we need to do something afterwards. That said, I don't think we can walk away. I think we're going to have to do another job or two, and in the meantime, figure out how we're going to handle this long term. Our names are in it now. I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The moment we pick this parcel for Dankmar, we are implicated in this. And I think that, well, for good or worse, for now we have to play ball.
Yeah.
That said, I personally think this is extremely immoral and disgusting. What he's doing.
I agree.
I agree.
Like, drunks are one thing, but drugs. This is the poison that erodes society.
Those damn foreigners bringing in those damn drugs.
Remember, hugs not drugs. Right. So. You, by the way, you've opened the bag or not? I don't think you finally did, right?
No.
Okay, yeah.
No, we decided once he said smells like smells like really terrible drugs. We decided not to open it, and we put it back as I try to put it back as carefully as I can so it looks like nobody has fucked with it.
All right.
You want me to roll for that?
No, I didn't roll for that. I rolled for something else.
Okay.
Send you.
I was gonna say, do you want me to roll for it though?
No.
Okay.
Like, I only want for you to roll if you would open the bag, because open and close essentially. It would be a single roll because they are very neatly, tied. But you put the bags back in. You close the lid, and then you stand here, knocking on the door. Sharp and fast.
I'm gonna start taking off my Shalian robe and just acting like I'm changing my shirt or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to
One moment.
stuff the box back in the bag.
Mm-hmm. All right. The knocks continue. It's not like constant, slamming on the door, but you can hear and feel that this is that whatever person is outside, that is probably urgent.
I'll open the door, but I want to have my shirt so I'm still buttoning it up.
You open the door, and you open the door all the way, or just make a small creak.
Partially.
Partially.
Yeah, but not like I'm hiding anything. Just kind of
you see that
I want them to go away.
outside there's Finron, who's looking at you with his large elven almond eyes. As usual, he has the facial expression that you can't really decipher. He just looks at you. Is everything fine, human?
Seems so. Why? Is there something going on?
Well, you tell me. There's a strong smell coming from your room. And he narrows his eyes slightly.
Yeah, we're actually about to go meet somebody for dinner.
Dinner? I see. Mind if I come in? It's his inn, by the way.
Sure. I open the door, and I'm gonna close it behind him and say, "Look, Fandolf. We'll explain everything later."
He enters as usual, as is usual with every elf. He is tall and slender, pretty inhuman, in a rather inhuman way. Sorry, dark hair, but he dresses in this strange mix of imperial fashion and probably what is worn in his native lands, whenever they are. You don't really know. You also see that, and you guess that he always has it by his side, although he usually stands behind a bar that is tall. He's armed, and not like your usual innkeeper. If an innkeeper is armed, it's usually with not a hatchet, but meat cleaver or some kind of cudgel. But Finron has a sword, a very nice looking one, with this silver handle and guard made to resemble some kind of a leaf motif, as well as a dagger on his other hip. He enters the room, nods at you, Johannes, and at Marla, but doesn't say anything, and just takes a few steps, looks around. Are you enjoying your stay here?
We are.
I see.
And you've been a good host, so I don't want to lie to you, but we do have to explain this later, and I'll tell you everything you want to know.
Well, then, it's always the same thing with you humans. Later. Sometimes it's best to do things now. And you see that he wrinkled his nose. And he looks towards the back.
We've been tricked, and we're trying to get our way out of this.
I know the smell of crimson shade very well. And I don't need to tell you that I don't allow the usage of drugs in my inn.
And we don't expect you to change that. We're going to dispose of these drugs immediately.
So you're going to dump them in the Reich? You're going to...
I'm afraid it's not that simple.
Dump them in the sewers? So I see, he says. For the first time you see that he smiled, and this is honestly very disconcerting. His smile is cold and alien. It's like a very well-made sculpture, Sandy, made a grimace. I see. Given how strongly it smells here and outside of this room, I guess that it's not a single portion of this. And he uses some strange melodic word, but given how he said it, you guess that it's some kind of of a curse word.
Geisa in Elvish.
Am I right?
We may need to consult with you on a way out of this, but it can't be today. Our names are in this. We've stepped in. What's the Elvish word for?
Shit.
You stepped in
Yeah.
shit, human. You won't. We don't have to beat around the bush. So you've been. You're not tricking him. So he looks at you for a long time, Gustav, and he nods his head. I see that you are not lying. That said, I don't allow for any drugs to be used in my property, to be stored here. Not only because I could get in trouble with the authorities if they would find, but also because I find them distasteful and disgusting.
I made certain we weren't followed, so
Well, the point being that we're not keeping them here. We just
Yeah,
stopped here to
So-
understand what how much trouble we were
this
in.
is the first we've noticed as well what this is.
Show me, he says.
Okay. I
Yeah.
well, I produce the box
Mhm.
and I show him how to open it.
He takes the box from you. You show him how to open it. He, he's not interrupting you. You're not sure if he, of course, immediately knows how to open it. Given that he's an elf, it's very. There's a probability that he already knows, but he just nods as you press the small pike, as you take out the pike, open the box. When you open the box, once again, all of you are just hit with this very strong, not unpleasant, but also not very nice smell. You see that even Finron just, wrinkled his nose, squinted his eyes, and he, quickly gets up. This is worth hundreds of gold crowns, if not more. This is not this amount of shade could supply a mercenary company of modest size. Well, maybe I'm a bit exaggerating, but a large unit of troops could be fighting using this stuff for a long, long time. You are sitting on a large pile of gold, although illegal and disgusting, he says.
You seem to have a heart to shut this down, though. As do we.
You want to shut this down? You don't want to keep it? You are humans, after all. You don't have any
No, we
qualms
absolutely.
of doing even the most debased things if this brings you the gold that you covet so much. At least most of your kind works like that, he says.
With it comes trouble.
But no, we the only reason that we haven't thrown it in the Reich is because we fear the repercussions to ourselves and the person who tricked us, and we want to try to find a solution that we can all survive.
Trust me, with this amount of crimson shade, if people would know that you are in possession of that much, they would take this building by force. They would lay siege to it.
Well, we never intended to keep it here. We're on our way to deliver it.
Very well. The silk, the bags, and he touches the silk with his long, slender finger. This is Cafean silk. The bags themselves are expensive, and the box, he half closes the lid, not completely, and he looks at it from a few angles. It's Tilean. I recognize the motifs. They are from the city of Remas, one of the Republic cities. This is a work of a master artisan. I think that the box itself is probably worth more than 100 gold crowns.
It's a shame that he would spend the artisan would spend his talents.
I doubt that the
Crafting something to
artisan.
put this in there.
I doubt that the artisan, even though he was human, made the box for this sort of thing. He says, "It's old. Look here and here," and he points at two random places that are completely normal to all of you. You see, from the way that the wood is colored and the metal here, I think that this box is more than 50 years old. Your human years old. So my guess that that whoever it belonged to, well, maybe he inherited it. Who knows? But no, it certainly wasn't made to transport drugs. It's a shame that such a fine piece of craftsmanship is used in this debased way.
I feel very similar with our talents being used the way they are right now.
Right. He says, "I understand your predicament, and of course I'm not going to stop you," he says as he closes the box, takes the very small pike and places it back in the knight's hands. "I can help you with that, or I may know someone who can help you with that, but it won't be easy, and it won't be safe."
We'll have to discuss this over a drink tonight when we return.
Very well. Just one more thing. You can leave, and I won't stop you. I also won't contact the authorities about this. You can stay at my inn for as long as you want, and for as long as you pay, of course. But never again bring this stuff here.
No, we never
my
will.
word.
Because if you do, I won't contact the authorities. I will just deal with you myself.
As you should.
Right, now, take this and leave as fast as you can. The smell of shade is strong, and there are a lot of people downstairs. Some of them might recognize it. I don't want any trouble here. Or open the window, leave the window open. Don't worry, no one will come inside. I'll make sure of it. But the smell must go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
My advice after you deal with this, you take a long bath, hot bath, with soap. You can take it here, as you know, for a small fee. I can give you, I can offer you a bath, or somewhere else. But you will smell of this, especially your fingers.
Yeah. No, I think we will. We will avail ourselves of a bath once we're done delivering it. We'll come back and get a bath. I think a bath here would be the smartest thing. What do you think, Gustav? Marla?
I'm all for a bath here. Sure, says Marla. She's terrified, by the way. You see that, gone is the girl who was brooding and sallow after what she did in the Starter's estate. Killing the man. Yeah. Now, you guess that it's still inside, but for now she is like, she realizes what she got herself into, and she's just afraid. Mm-hmm. She just nods. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
What do you? So I'm gonna pull Gustav aside for a second and say, like, what do you say we leave her here and she can start taking her bath right now?
That would work. Yeah.
So I suggest, hey Marla, why don't you stay here and start your bath while we go and deliver this.
She looks
And
at
that way you
you
don't have to be around it anymore.
in this very grateful way and says, "Of course, but you'll be fine."
Yeah.
Yeah, you know us. We're always as careful as we can be.
She just nods and says, "All right. Yes, of course. I will stay here. It's probably good for someone to stay here anyway. But please return as fast as possible, right?"
Yes, you will do that. And if we don't return, you know where we are.
Don't even joke like that.
I'm not joking. I'm being 100% serious.
All right. Just return as fast as possible. And she looks at the elf and says, "I would like to take the bath right now." He just nods and gives her the price. It's like 5 pennies total for bath, 10 if you take with if you want soap. So of course she gets the more expensive version.
Yes, please do.
Finron looks at you. In that case, if you want to discuss this tonight, I'm available. I also provide drinks, good drinks.
Much appreciated, Finron.
Right. I'll start preparing your bath, ma'am, he says. And with that, very quickly and very agilely, he leaves the room.
Let's go get this over with.
Yep.
We're gonna have to bite our tongues.
Yep.
Funnily enough, I only rolled for him because he's an elf, and they have extremely well sense of smell, and Crimson Shade smells very strongly.
Yeah.
If he would be a human innkeeper, there would be no chance for him to smell it.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's actually in a lot of ways. I think it's better that he smelt it. I think it's very helpful to us.
You take the
Yeah, like him of all people. Like if it was somebody, or I don't know, maybe he will try and rob us later, but
No,
I don't think he will.
no, he's not. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's that kind of guy.
Yeah.
You take the bag. You take the bag with the box. You put it into your sling bag, Johannes, and you leave the shepherd's wand and make your way to Dankmar's. Not to Dankmar's shop, but to the warehouse where the where the fights are taking place. Only two of you. You probably nervously look around. I mean, maybe not nervously, but you look behind your backs from time to time just to be sure that no one is following you. You really feel like you have this, as I said before, powder keg in your backpack that is not even smoking right now; it's just burning. That's a lot of money. You know that you probably have. You could probably buy almost anything you would want with the amount of money that that you'd be able to get for this shit. But again,
like a townhouse or a warehouse.
Well, I mean, if you have
You get all the properties for that, no renting.
Yeah, you have evaluate.
I have. I don't have the skill, but I have +10 because I have deal maker.
Okay.
I'll go for it. Why not?
But
I'll
if you want to go for it, given that this is about this knowledge about drugs.
Oh, okay, yeah. Forget it. I don't know.
You would need to roll below 10%, even probably below 5%.
Yeah, no, but anyway, I'm kidding. I'm not going to make my empire off of drugs. What would Hannah think of me?
You don't want to be Pablo Escobar?
No.
Plata plomo.
Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah.
And what I mean is my penis.
Sally would have handled this a lot differently.
I'm not sure that even Sally would do something like that. I mean, he was a gangster, but he wasn't. I don't think he was into drugs. Yeah.
I had the Madman's cap initially for the first year we played.
Yeah, you had.
Or did you really?
Yeah, he had. We always forgot that he had Madman's caps in his.
Yeah, I had a bunch of it, but it got wet at some point, I think.
Yeah, and got spoiled. True. But after that, you tried to do something with the with paintings from Talaheim after the Skaven invasion, if I recall correctly. You wanted to sell them to to Marienburg with the help of Jorn, the serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I died before any of the money came through.
Exactly. So only Jorn got the cash. Anyway.
And he was a psycho.
Yeah, he was a. Well, I mean, he was a mass murderer according to the book, So fun little character, and I always envisioned him as Vin Diesel because he was like,
Riddick.
Yeah, he was described as Riddick, 2 knives, bolt, and family.
Oh.
Anyway, it takes you less than half an hour to reach the warehouse. As you approach it, you see that there's no one outside.
Warehouse or the pie shop.
He asked you to go to pie shop or back to warehouse. I don't remember.
No, I forget where we were. So it must be warehouse.
Yeah, warehouse.
Warehouse is where the fighters are.
Yeah,
warehouse is where the fighters. Yes, he asked us to come back there.
Yes, you don't see that anyone is standing outside. The warehouse, of course, is located in between a couple other buildings, away from the prying eyes from the main on the main streets of Altdorf. As you enter its cool interior, and both of you don't even realize how sweaty you are because of this whole deal of the fact that you are essentially just carrying hundreds, if not thousands, of gold crowns in a small wooden box. You are nervous. You can feel you can feel your hands slightly shaking. There are those cramps in your bowels. As you enter inside, you don't see Vitold. That said, you see a couple other fighters, but not Dankmar's fighters. Other people's fighters. Some of them are sparring. Some of them are eating light meals because they can't eat too much before the fights. There are still a few hours before the fights actually start because the fights start in the evening, and it's probably like afternoon right now, not even late afternoon. You take a look around. You don't see anyone familiar. You also don't see Lambert anywhere. However, you quickly hear boys, and you see that Dankmar Lightfoot quickly approaches you. He's also very sweaty. He's as usual. He's dressed immaculately. Very fine for a halfling. He looks genuinely happy to see you. Oh, thank Esmeralda, you're back. For a second, I thought that something happened to you along the way. Please tell me that this Kai Schubek fellow didn't gave you any trouble.
Oh no, he was quite the gentleman.
I see. He says as he's taking a big swig from a leather canteen that he has at his hip. You want some? Schnapps, very good.
No, thank you.
Gustav?
No, thank you. I drank too much at lunch.
I see. Very well. Now, I still have a few things to do. Tell me, do you have the thing that I asked you to bring me? He says with this nervous smile.
Yes, we have your package.
Thank you. Then please hand it over to me, and actually you can. You know what? You can take the rest of the day off. He says as he opens, he takes off the purse, a large purse that he has at his hip, opens it, and he produces 9 gold crowns total. Sorry, actually 12 gold crowns total. Here you are. This is for your for today's work. Free for each of you. So free for you, Gustav. Free for you, Johannes. Please give those free to the to your lovely friend Marla. And when you meet Lambert, also give him the free that I owe him. Here you go. And yeah, you can take the rest of the day and the night off. You did already more than I could ask. And he, without rolling, you can see that he's nervous, by the way.
Now that I kind of see him in this new light, does he have like guards that follow him around or standing by the doors or anything? Or
You don't see any.
Okay.
Now, Johannes, can you give me he says the package? Sorry.
Yes, and so it was in a burlap sack.
Yeah.
Inside my bag.
Yes.
Okay. I removed the burlap sack with the box in it from my bag.
Oh,
handed to him.
thank you. Now, he almost snatched the box from you very fast. And now, tell me, did Kai, did he ask you to tell me anything, or is everything fine?
He said it's gonna be more expensive next time.
Oh, fuck's sake. Sorry, excuse me, sorry. Oh, of course. I knew that he was going to say this. I mean, the taxes, right? And given the state in which our dear empire is right now, I'm not surprised everything goes up. The prices go up, everything goes up. Except us Halflings, we never go up. Wink, wink, he says.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, well, that's all I think. You can go home. Everything is fine. Vitold got better. He will participate in the fight later tonight, of course. So, unless there's something else, boys.
I think that'll be all. Is that fighter here? The one that we saw earlier?
No. He's not.
Okay. Noted.
But he just told you that he got better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He got better in the river.
So, give my regards to lovely Marla, and when you meet Lambert, of course, tell him to visit me whenever he wishes.
Oh yes, we will.
Thank you. He says. And with that,
There's nothing more important than family.
No. Family is the most important thing ever. Yes. Anyway, and he bows very low to both of you. Takes the burlap sack over his shoulder and almost runs away, deeper into the warehouse.
Okay.
I definitely don't want to drink with him anymore.
No, not at all.
So, each of you can add 3 gold crowns. Marla has also 3 gold crowns, and of course, Lambert also has 3 gold crowns, unless you don't want to give them to him.
We'll give them to him.
Okay. So, what are you going to do now?
I think we have a date with some soap and water.
Yeah.
So you return to the inn, I presume. Yes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You go back from the warehouse. The warehouse is located near Dankmar's shop. I mean, it's not too far away. At this point of the day, it's like, of course, the hottest time is when there's noon. But even so, the sun is mercilessly just frying everyone on the streets of Altdorf.
Mm-hmm.
You make your way through the throngs of humanity and non-humanity, of course, because there are also non-humans, although they are just like drops of sand in an ocean. Dwarves, elves, halflings. Just you can feel not only the heat, but you also have this strange feeling that everyone's watching you, or maybe that everyone's smelling you. You can't help yourselves but to look at your fingers. They are completely normal. They don't have any stains or anything. You don't even know if if crimson shade is actually red. You have no idea, honestly, because you didn't open the the small bags. But you have this like paranoid feelings that that people can see that you touch this shit. You can roll me perception tests. Eye perception, of course. So if you have bonuses to eye perception, they apply.
I do not.
I do not. Nice one.
I'm gonna roll paranoia tests.
Mm-hmm.
So I succeeded.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if Gustav will.
I'm grabbing a drink upstairs. Can one of you guys roll a D100 for me?
Yeah, sure. I'll roll for you.
Perception's 42 or 43.
0-3.
I think.
Yeah, I rolled 0-3.
Nice.
Johannes and Gustav, you are by this point, you've been in Altdorf long enough, and you did, dangerous enough jobs to know that it's always pays off to look around yourselves, to look behind behind your backs. And you are sure, especially you, Gustav, that you've been followed. That you're being followed. Sorry.
And we're not at the end yet?
No, not yet. You realize this in the middle of the road.
I'm going to whisper to Johan. It looks like we have someone that wants to be friends. Let's take a detour.
All right. Shall we go by the city watch?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a station or whatever you call it by our tavern?
You would need to find it. You're not a native here. You don't know where you know that every district has watch. Like I don't remember if there are stations. I think they're called watch barracks, something like this. But you don't really know the locations. That's the problem.
Maybe we should just find a secluded alley and wait.
Well, I don't know about you, but the last time I was in a secluded alley, I almost got shanked. So I personally, do you think we should try to split up and lose them?
No, I don't. In case I'm not sure who's. I just know we're being followed.
All right. Well, let's try to go to the busiest market areas we can and see if we can lose them in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
That's my advice.
Mm.
And if not, go to like the public baths and bathe there if there is such a thing. But I guess maybe there isn't. In that sounds like some kind of communism that they wouldn't allow in Altdorf.
Wait a second. Sorry, because I was reading something. Where do you want to go exactly?
Well, essentially, I want to try to go to the most crowded place that we can possibly go to try to lose whoever's following us.
Okay. So you might want to go towards the Königsplatz, the main Platz of the Empire, where actually the Four Seasons headquarters are located. You visited this place already. There are the statues of the emperors there, including the statue of the first emperor Sigmar, of course. And you know that at this point of the day, the crowds there will be just, overwhelming essentially. Okay, so if you want to do this, then sure, you make your way there. Since both of you had very good rolls, you don't need to roll anymore.
The Königplatz we're heading to?
Sorry, come again?
The Königplatz?
Yeah, the Königplatz.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when when you reach Königplatz, there are just the amount of people is just almost too much. It's overwhelming. Lots of people gather here to meet, to look for job opportunities, to visit numerous taverns and inns and other services that are available here. There are of course parades organized here regularly, although not at this time. From here, you can see the two main roads that lead to the bridges. One One of the bridges connects with the southern part of the city, where the Emperor's Palace is located, as well as the Grand Cathedral of Sigmar. The other to the infamous eastern part, the most dangerous part of Altdorf. And so you are mixing in with the throngs of the Empire citizenry, and you're trying to ditch your pursuers. Gustav, you had 3. I wrote 0-3 for you, so I can tell you that you think that at least 2 people were following you. At least. You're not sure if there were not more.
Okay. Can I try and sneak a peek back at them?
Yeah, sure. You can. That said, remember that perhaps this will because you're not sure if they know that you know.
I know that you know that I know.
But if you look at them, and they will see that you are trying to spot them, they will probably realize that you know. It's up to you.
So if I see them, they'll notice, or they have to notice that I notice?
It depends on your roll. If you botch, I will say that they immediately know. If you fail, I will roll for them to spot. If you pass, then they didn't notice you.
Have I used 1 or 2 luck today?
1.
I thought you've only used 1, yeah.
I have 2 left then, so I'll just make sure I don't botch, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bad perception.
Nice. In that case, you take a look. While you're in the crowd, right at the edges of the Königsplatz, and between various people, just outdoor citizens. What's the word? Burger is like
burger, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like burger, the food burger. Burgers, just salesmen, like civilian workers, beggars, stuff like that. You see 2 men. They are they're not very characteristic per se, and they don't really look like thugs, although you do know them. You've seen them a few times during the fights. They were all Gustav, you recognize those people. They were always in the warehouse when the fights were, in which Dankmar's fighters took part. When the fights were organized during the Kynig's Day. Kynistag, King Day, Kynistag.
Mm-hmm.
You recognize both of them. That said, you never saw them speaking to Dankmar. So?
Competition.
You're telling this to Johannes?
Yeah, it seems like it might be Lightfoot's competition following us.
Okay. Well, let's do our best to lose them. What do you say?
Mm-hmm.
I could just bore them to death. Like I could just set up with my sign here.
I think it's better if they don't catch us. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Okay. Yeah. So let's start moving quickly.
Yeah.
Right,
left, right, left.
The watch maintains fortified posts throughout the city, by the way. In every district, but yeah. Anyway, you are trying to lose them, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will ask a roll from you. This is probably going to be, I guess, dexterity.
Okay. Is it from both of us or just from one?
From both of you. Tell me, do you want to stick together, or do you want to, like, disperse and then maybe meet somewhere? Because if you want to stick together and disappear together, the roll for both of you will be harder.
A lot harder, or
Minus, let's say minus 5%, because
Okay.
it will still be an opposed test.
Okay. This is what I think. I think let's try to stick together, and if we realize that we can't shake them that way, then we split up and we meet at the
Let me pull up the map real quick. For the Königsplatz.
I'm looking. Well, we're in the Königsplatz, which is number 1, and I was trying to think of. I can't read that.
University. Maybe at Carson's place.
Yeah, I
The
don't remember where that.
university. It's the Street of 1,000 Taverns.
So you want to?
University.
Well, but that's where the Shepherd's Wand is.
Well,
but you mean so the One-Eyed Miller?
Yeah.
You want to meet back at the One-Eyed Miller? Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so even if we're still followed, it's to the wrong place. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
So if we have to split up, we rendezvous there.
So we'll try first to not split up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna roll.
-5.
So you are staying together, okay?
Shit.
Remember, it's opposed, so I'm also going to roll for them. Whoa!
What?
Yep, that's probably a good call.
He falls on his face.
Well,
No, this is not a bot. damn
yeah, but they've also failed, so we need to continue rolling. Because remember, we roll until one side wins.
Okay.
Oh, nice!
I guess we're still together because I didn't say split up yet.
Smoke bomb.
God damn it. Okay, I use the luck.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to
better.
roll for them. Alright, so what happened now? Sorry, Ben, you were saying something?
Oh no, I was just
Okay.
grumbling.
What
You had a
happened?
bad roll.
Gustav, you've split from Johannes and disappeared into the crowds at Königsplatz. Johannes, you know that you are trying to lose the followers that you have, but you are making very poor job, and you know that they are still following you. And to make things worse, Gustav is nowhere to be seen. So, you want to still try and lose them?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and lose them.
Okay.
One more time.
And where? Tell me, in which direction are you heading right now?
I'm going to head towards the Temple of Sigmar.
You know that the Temple of Sigmar is on the other side of the city, right?
No. So,
Okay. No,
I was near here.
I mean, you know that because it's visible from every
yeah.
part of the
Right.
city. The dome is
Temple
visible.
of Sigmar's. Okay, number 3. Got it.
Yeah.
I see it now.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. Whose townhouse is that? I'm trying to read.
Well, here.
Who's Ekberg's?
Hannah's.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't want to go to her place. That would be fucked up.
Well, I mean, that would be cool. She seemed to like you.
No. Yeah, no.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna head for Dankmar's shop, for the pastry shop.
All right.
Fuck him.
All right. You're heading towards Dankmar's shop.
I mean, they already know we have work for Dankmar, obviously.
Mm-hmm. So you're heading there. Gustav, you are meanwhile heading towards the Street of 100 Taverns, and after you left the Königsplatz, you realize that you've lost Johannes.
Good job.
Yeah.
So good at losing people, he lost Johannes too.
At least you know where to meet me, though.
Sorry, what?
At least he knows where to meet me, though.
Yes. Of course, you also hope that he, that he's not in any sort of trouble, but you guess that probably. What? Sorry?
Because there's nothing I could do now.
Yeah. Too late, man. Game over, man. Game over. Yeah. Johannes, you move towards Dankmar's shop. You exit the Königsplatz, and you move probably through one of the wider streets of Altdorf to, the safer streets. I mean, even during the day, there are cases of mugging and of assaults in the better parts of the city, especially now with so many desperate people just crowded in the capital of the empire.
I just had an idea. God damn it.
What idea?
Well, I'm making my way to Dankmar. So am I still in a crowded area, or
yes. Unless you want to tell me that you are making your way into one of the side alleys, small city alleys.
Okay. Well, so I just had an idea.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are following me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to head over towards the side alley. And then I'm going to reach into my pouch and pull out a handful of shillings and throw them up in the air.
Okay.
Oh, my shillings! And then run as fast
Pulling
as
Assassin's Creed.
Nice. Yeah.
Run as fast as I can down the alley.
When the people will go for the money. Yes, that's the plan.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the theory.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how many shillings that would be. A handful of shillings. I have 19 shillings.
Well,
you
you tell
all
me.
Of them, some of them.
You tell me how many do you want to throw?
I'm gonna throw 10 shillings in the air.
Okay, so you're while being followed by the two men, you are making your way towards one of the side alleys. You put your hand in your pouch, grab the 10 shillings, turn around, and just throw the money into the air. While also shouting, yes?
Yeah. Oh, my shillings!
Oh, my shillings. And as the, silver shower falls down from the sky, of course, the people in Altdorf, they immediately react. And, with this money, they just dive for the cash. Because, nowadays, money is very tight for most people in the empire.
Yeah.
And a small crowd almost immediately just starts fighting over the shillings that you've just threw into the air. And you, meanwhile, run deeper into the alley, as far away from the street as possible. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just going to roll once, and that's a very hard roll. Nice.
The best roll.
And you're in the clear. You know that you've you've exited the small alley on the other side. You've entered into another side alley. Also exited it, and then you just wait for a few seconds to see if you're still followed. But no, you're not. You're not, because you know that you've managed to run away. Simply put, you know that. The trick with the money worked. And
fantastic.
You're in the clear. And you're making your way towards the street of 100 taverns, I presume. Yes?
I feel like we've done this trick before.
I did it once, I think.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I feel like we've done it before, and I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner.
It's a classic. We use it many more times.
Here, peasants.
It's a classic if you have lots of cash. That's true. Yeah. And if you have, appropriate cash.
And you're in an economically depressed area.
Yeah. That's what I want to say. If you would, for example, throw brass pennies here, some people might be interested, but But since you use silver, it worked like a charm.
Yeah, I figured silver would be the way to go. This is like gold is a little too much, you know.
Yeah,
Like, what is this guy doing throwing away gold? Is he crazy?
silver just
Slings, and then he ran away.
silver just hits the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're making your way to the one-eyed miller. Gustav, you of course reach the place first. And tell me, do you enter it or are you just waiting outside of it?
I'll wait outside.
Okay, you wait
Yeah.
outside. Yeah.
good call.
So you're waiting outside. You're getting kind of hungry, kind of thirsty, of course, but there's still some time. And you guess that you can probably eat in the shepherd's wand later. You're waiting for like less than half an hour when you see that emerging from one of the side streets one of the side alleys from probably the Kadolustrasse, which is here. You see that Johannes emerges. He's kind of red on his face because I presume, Johannes, that you are making your way as fast here as possible. So
I was trying to, yes.
yeah, so you see that he's reddish and he's more sweaty than usual. Johannes, you see that Gustav is just standing outside the one-eyed miller, leaning against the wall. So you see each other.
Boy.
You left your friends?
Yeah, I remembered that trick you pulled in Königsplatz the last time. Worked like a charm.
You deducted the money, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
I did.
sure thing.
I took it out of my cash in hand file.
Yeah, and by the way, Johannes, without any roles, same with you, Gustav, that after that you weren't followed. Do you discuss the guys who followed you, by the way?
I'm gonna say that some of the richer merchant families in Marienburg would toss coins during parades and it would create pandemonium. So it's always a good time to do something you're not supposed to do when you're throwing money in the air.
Yeah, I think we should beat it back to the wand and get this funky smell off of us, and then we can discuss it more in depth what our next steps are. But obviously, we are now definitely in hot water.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they know. It just seems like our former employer might be interested in what we're doing, or interested in finding out, I should say.
Well, I mean, essentially, we are now set up to be tortured for information. So, I think we need to have our wits about us, get our business going, get our armed guard.
Yeah,
I
and
mean-
we have to hasten our plan with our winnings so far.
Yeah, getting them in the bank. Correct. Yes. So first things first, get the stink funk off, and chat with Finn, whatever his name is.
Finron.
Finron. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I've misspelled his name like 3 different ways in these notes so far.
It's okay. It's Elvish.
Yeah, it's
Wrong.
it's Elvish. We don't know how to spell it and how to pronounce it anyway.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a second break. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Because I need to check something very quickly and also go to the bathroom.
Sounds fantastic. What? New audio device detected? What are you talking about?
All right, I'm gonna grab a bite to eat myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, I'm gonna mute and go do some shit. All right, talk to you in a bit. Bye.
Let me change on this. Hey. Yes. But you would not have any conflicts.
All right, I'm back. Sound like anybody else is though.
Will be downstairs. Okay, so I was included. But I was again. But I said now this will be downstairs. I think
All right, I'm back.
Cool. I don't think Michael's back yet. So yeah, man.
So
always-
we drug dealers now.
Yeah, well, we always we're just living up to our normal of stepping in it.
We have to move that money. We have to do something with it. It's gonna get stolen.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean,
Worried that he was insisting on keeping the window open. Like until you suggested no, stay there. That's why I was like, okay, perfect. She's gonna stay here with it so it doesn't get robbed.
well, unless she robs us.
I
don't think she would do that though. Yeah.
That'll be a hell of a con.
Yeah. The longest con. But yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I mean, you know how all this shit goes. It's like easy come, easy go. but yes, I would prefer to keep our money to pursue our dreams.
Should we take a note out of Old Country or No Country for Old Men and get a second room next to ours to keep the money in?
Actually, that's a fucking fantastic idea.
Okay.
No, seriously, that is an amazing idea.
Bandal's gonna have to know, or whatever his name is gonna have to know, because he's gonna suspect any suspicious behavior on our part at this point.
Yeah. No. We have to. I mean, well, I think the good thing about us is that we're not liars. We're not trying to keep secrets ever. We're always just like, yeah, this is what happened. So we got that going for us. And we're somehow honorable, which honestly I like playing an honorable character better. Maybe I wasn't dishonorable before, but Leopold definitely was not. He
was in moral decline by the end.
he was in situational morality.
Who was?
To say the least. Well, Leopold.
Oh yeah.
We were just talking about that these characters have pretty much always been up and pretty honest about everything they've done. And so we're just saying that previous characters have been slightly less so.
Well, I mean the previous characters, they were also, I think, rather on the good side, right?
Oh yeah, we were good, but we lied a lot more. I feel like, and we also situationally were like, well, I believe in killing mutants, but just not right now.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Just not when it means certain death.
True. All right.
These mutants are helping us fight these other mutants.
Yeah, so it's totally okay. Well, they were mutants, not beastmen. There's a difference.
True. But, they had their charm. No, I mean, they were really cool characters, I think, so.
Yeah. No, I would say the only character that just totally pissed me off was Otto.
Who was Otto?
Otto was the failure of a priest of Ulrich.
Oh, alright. I remember that.
Who should have been a killing machine and rolled terribly the entire time he was alive.
Okay, yeah. I think.
I got to the point where I was like, I'm just not going to do magic anymore because this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna cast spells anymore.
I think that he was also once insulted by someone in Wolfenburg, the former capital of Ostland, who said something like, "You're an Ulrican, so is it true that you Uri can sniff each other's asses, you know.
Yeah,
Stuff
yeah.
like that.
I remember that. Yes.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, that precipitated a fight.
Yes. And I think that unfortunately Otto got his ass handed to him during that fight, if I recall correctly.
Yes. Exactly.
Well, I mean, it happens. Don't worry. I just need to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just funny that character couldn't do shit, and he was one of the best characters. Like I ever like his stats and everything. He was like he should.
Magic users are tough in this, man. It's almost more dangerous than playing a Slayer.
Yeah.
But when they work, then they work really well.
Yeah.
I think. You know, magic users.
I think
like for example with Raph, if he would roll slightly better, he would give everyone a tough time. But given the fact that he, you know, turned himself off with being unable to speak, essentially, it was very funny to me.
Yeah, it is very funny.
Like, shit, you had one job, and of course, without magic, he was a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, so just one more thing, and I'm. Just need to check for something very quickly. Okay, so I think I know everything right now.
Oh, and I was going to ask you: Are we playing for another half an hour or another hour?
I think half an hour would be good.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's because I haven't fed my son yet since we're living a bachelor lifestyle, and I mean, you know, he's old enough he could get his own food, but he.
But it's also nice when it's always nice when your dad fetches you some.
Yeah.
I understand. Sure.
What am I doing here? I'm doing this.
That's what I was so rocking. Like, I look at the pickaxe and like,
Everyone goes through wires and stuff.
What's that?
My wife is planting flowers, and she says she hit a rock, and I'm like, careful, you don't.
Don't hit the gas line.
Yeah, you're only going about 8 inches down, right? Rock's picking up the spot.
I might put a mark up to Marty because that might be.
You're gonna hit roots there, though.
What's here?
All right, yeah, just.
Well, you could be like me and just hack through them and then watch the tree die. Half of the tree die. That's what I did in Texas. I was like, these roots are in my way. Chop, chop, chop. I'm like, oh look, that side of the tree is now dead.
Okay, we are back. Sorry. So, where are you going right now? You've met outside the One-Eyed Miller. Where to right now?
Shepherd one.
I believe we were going back to the Shepherd's Wand to bathe. To attract less attention.
But wait, like together? Ooh, gnarly. No, just kidding. Yeah, that's.
Well, we were both in the Boy Scouts. It's okay.
Of course. Oh yeah, funny. Actually, I'm going to tell you this later because that's funny, but it's also
it's
really
not appropriate.
Yeah, it's. Let's just say that we had this rather prissy scandal here in Poland, like last 2 weeks, and it was truly something. I mean,
okay, I was gonna say. I mean, you know, it's like
it happened like 2 weeks ago.
Scandal with priests.
Yeah, it happened like two weeks ago, but people are still talking about it because it was like.
Yeah.
It was something else. Anyway, you reach the Shepherd's Wand, and at this point of the day, you know, it's like past your usual lunchtime hour. But of course, there are still people who are just enjoying few late meals, and even though it's very hot, they are also enjoying drinks. When you enter and you move towards your room, I presume, or rather towards the bar if you want to order bath, you see that Finron, who is standing behind the bar with a few of his helpers, human helpers, immediately spotted you and didn't gave any signal that he did spot you, but you know that he did. So you order the baths downstairs, and you know that the people working the inn, they will just bring them to you upstairs. They will first bring the wooden baths, and then they will bring the hot water and soap. In that case, of course,
how much was that again?
10 pennies if you want to if you want the bath with with soap, or 5 pennies if you just want the bath.
No, I want soap. I just have to. The age-old question of how many pennies are in a shilling?
20 shillings, I believe, is gold crown. Or wait, shit.
12 is
every
pennies
time.
in a shilling.
12.
What's that?
12
pennies per shilling.
12 pennies per shilling.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So so I will spend. You know what? So it would. I will spend 1 shilling and 2 pennies. Wait a minute. 12 pennies per shilling, you said?
Yep.
Okay, and we're doing. Okay, I will spend 1 shilling for the both of our baths.
Oh, thanks.
Nice.
So then that means that I have. Wait.
But wait.
12 pennies per
Yeah.
shilling. Got it. Okay. So then I just spend 2 more of my pennies. Got it.
Yeah.
Math is hard.
Okay.
Christ.
So you pay the price,
Yes.
and you go upstairs. When you go upstairs, you see that Marla is just laying in your bed, Gustav, just looking at the ceiling. When you enter, she practically jumped on the bed, and you can see that she was startled, but then she sees that it's you, and there's this sigh of relief. Oh, it's you. Oh, thank the gods.
We were followed, but we lost him.
When you say that you are followed, she looks even more startled. By whom?
I don't know if it's Karsten's men, but it's 2 guys I've seen at his fights before.
No, no, you didn't saw them at Karsten. You saw them in the warehouse where Dankmar's fighters were.
Oh, they're Dankmar's people.
Well, we think they're the people that Dankmar is fleecing by doping up his fighters. That's what I think.
Okay, yeah, I misinterpreted that before.
No worries. So, what does this mean, that Dankmar knows that we know? You think so?
I don't know.
Or that somebody suspects that someone also suspects that he is drugging his fighters, and that what we brought him was the drugs. And so they're gonna work us for information on that. That's what I think.
This is one hell of a mess that we got ourselves into, says Marla.
Well, I honestly feel like Dankmar got us into this mess, the fucker.
Yeah. But we are in it either way, so...
Yeah, nonetheless.
Yeah, nonetheless, yes. And then now you hear knocking at the door, and you hear, a young man's voice. Excuse me, mine errand, we have your baths.
Thank you, please bring them in. I open the door.
Yeah, 2 young men.
And then they stab me.
Yeah, the 2 young men enter with pistols and they shoot all of you. Dankmar sends
I'll
his
give you a Tilean necktie.
Dankmar sends his regards. Keep the change, you filthy animal. As he opens fire with a multi-barreled rifle. No, of course, the two young men who are helping Finron in his inn, they probably are not older than 15 summers old. First they bring 2 large baths. After that, they are gone for like a minute and return with, 2 large buckets of steaming water. They pour the water in, and they also hand each of you, Gustav and Johannes, with a small bar of grayish soap. Then they bow low and wish you a good day and just leave. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, I guess that both of you disrobe and hop into the bath.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. The bath is
Not making eye contact.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the same bath, fortunately, so you don't have to worry about this.
Yeah, we can have what's her nuts, Marla stand in the middle holding up a sheet.
No, Marla just averts her eyes, by the way. I'm not even kidding. She just looks in a completely different direction, but she's of course still here and she's still speaking with you. The baths are the bath is honestly what you need. It's warm, it's nice, the soap is doing its job, and it's also very relaxing. But you can of course speak while you're doing this, so if you want to discuss anything, please do.
Don't forget to get under your fingernails.
We're discussing moving up the timeline for doing something with these gold crowns we have.
Yeah, so I need to investigate. I'm assuming we'll need to pay dues to the Merchants Guild, and we'll need to establish a business. I'm still going with Prestige Worldwide. Prestige International Worldwide, sorry. I think in the movie it was just Prestige Worldwide, now that I think about it, but so that we don't get copyright infringed, it'll be Prestige International.
Nice.
The big download kind of changes things. Like, I'm not sure it's safe where it is.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think we need to. Actually, the other thing we could do, since if we trust Finn Rawe, we could have him hold the money for us, because I get the feeling
I think
that although these
keepers did do stuff like that, not all of them. I'm not sure if it's that type of inn.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying because, we don't know much about elves, but we know that they're kind of spooky. And so people don't fuck with them that much.
Yeah. You're gonna have to assure them that money's our hard-earned money and not from
Yeah,
what we
well,
just
I
did.
mean, well, yeah, and exactly that we're not. So I mean, I'm just saying for I think get it in a financial institution of the empire is the way to go. But I'm just saying if we're really worried about being robbed in the next 5 seconds, that having Finn Rawe hold it for a small fee is the way to go.
Michael, is this like a stupid idea? Like, is this something we would do in an inn?
What exactly? Sorry.
Have the innkeeper hold our money for us?
Well, I mean, if you trust him, then sure.
Only if we trust him.
Only. You don't. I mean, you don't really know the guy, but of course.
Yeah. Let's just go ahead and take the bite and put it in a bank.
Okay.
People people sometimes, if they don't use banks, which many of them do, unfortunately, because they don't have choice, they sometimes, try to they buy jewelry for money, stuff like that. I think in one of Gotrek and Felix's books, it was said that Gotrek essentially had all of this jewelry on himself because that was his way of, keeping money in a safe place, so to speak.
Yeah.
Normally we buy armor and new stuff, but I don't think I would do that.
Well, I mean, I think the main thing is that we're trying to build up our funds to start our business empire.
It's early in the day. We could probably go open an account.
Well, I thought we needed to. I mean, I guess we could do that before we meet with Finrawe. My only concern is being out and about in town and getting followed again. But I mean, I guess that's not that big a deal.
Yeah, and plus there'll be 3 of us this time at least. So, and we're going straight to the bank. So, if we get followed, we just run there and run the rest of the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say they should have some form of security there, right? Oh shit! Sorry, I was leaning on a table that decided to move on me.
No worries.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah. I think making sure our money is safe is probably the next thing to do. I agree.
And it's one less thing to bring to our elf friend.
Right.
Who's presumably already helping us, so.
Yeah. Exactly.
Alright, so I'm gonna scrub between my toes and finish up here.
Yes, wash your ass.
Okay. So, after you finish, taking a long, relaxing bath, you feel much better, when doing this. After doing this, you go out, and you know that when you're done with taking a bath, it's usually, of course, it's usually best to just inform the staff that you're finished. Then they send someone to take care of the dirty water. Very few establishments require their patrons to do this by themselves, and you have a feeling that Shepherd's Wand, of course, is not one of such establishments. So I presume that.
Yeah, I'll give the boys a penny each.
They are very grateful to you for doing so. When they take your dirty bath water to sell in battles.
Yes.
No, I'm of course kidding, but I know that.
All Francis bathwater.
Yeah, well, I just want to say that there is a trend like this. If I believe, some.
There's something going on with that. Well, I mean,
Yes.
aren't there like influencers that sell their farts and
celebrities
farts and stuff?
bathwater. Yeah, exactly that. I even heard that one celebrity was selling her farts. I don't know how this works, but whatever.
Oh, it's the old. I mean, I don't exactly know how it works, but supposedly, you fart in a jar and you cap it real quick, and somebody can open it and sniff it.
Awesome.
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
I don't know about the full physics of it, but that's the intent anyway.
My
She
God.
was buying an empty jar, really. That was once up to somebody's butt.
Wow.
Hey, this doesn't smell like farts. You ripped me off.
This smells way too nice. I was expecting cabbage and meat, and I got some kind of candy. Sorry for that.
I was expecting cabbage and day-old cheese.
Oh, yeah. Fart fetish. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Anyway, after that, you get dressed. you go dress before you, of course, ask the boys to take out the bathwater naturally. You gave them a penny each, Johannes, and they are, like I said before, they were of course very grateful. They thanked you. It's like late afternoon right now, I believe, because like the baths that you took, you took it for like less than an hour, but still it took some time. You are all hungry. You are all hungry. You could, and I mean, this is the, you didn't have any lunch. You were just running errands before. So, do you want to wait until the evening, or are you just trying to grab something right now to bite?
Well, so that's the thing. So Gustav, that's why I was thinking, why don't we have our meeting with Finron right now, and then go to the bank after we have a quick meal and a chat with him. How does that sound?
Sure.
All right, let's do that.
So you're going downstairs. All of you, or only you, Johannes?
I thought it was. Well, what do you think, guys? Should we eat in our room, guarding our money, and invite Finron up to the room? That's probably the best way. All right, I'll do that. I'll order us a meal to be sent up to our room, and I'll ask Finron if he has time to come talk to us.
Sounds good, says Marla. What do you think, Gustav?
Yeah, let's keep it discreet.
Johannes, you make your way downstairs. You push your way to the bar. Finron himself appears before you, looks at you. You want something to drink or something to eat? Or maybe both?
I would like both. Could we have a meal for 3 with drinks, or for 4, if you have time, sent up to the room, and we can have a chat and a luncheon.
Very well. I will find some time to wine and dine with you, of course. You don't have to pay for it. This one's on the house.
Oh, well, I thank you very much. And I will return upstairs.
Just you return upstairs. You see that after like a minute or two, Johannes is back in your room. That smells of soap, so rather pleasant smell. Marla looks at you, Johannes. So.
Finron is treating us to lunch, and will bring it. Have his staff bring it upstairs for us, and we can have a chat and a nice meal.
I'm sure that he wants something from us.
Oh, of course, but it's the cost of doing business.
Yeah. What do you think, Gustav? Should we? I mean, we don't know the offer, but if it's reasonable, should we take him on?
If it's reasonable, and if he has the same views as we do on the matter, which I imagine he does. The CLs back home, they're more the big picture type, and the leadership in Marienburg has always sided with them.
Well, and also, let's be honest, we're sort of in the business of doing favors for people to get in their good graces, as it were.
Well, I just hope that we won't regret this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
we're kind of in it. It could come crashing down on our heads at any moment, but we just have to trust in the gods.
As we always
do. Trust in Sigmar, of course.
As we always do, she says.
Yeah.
Although I presume that Finron is not exactly your usual Sigmar worshipping type. No offense, Johannes.
That who isn't? Oh, Finron. Yeah. No, I don't suppose he is, but But I mean, we will trust in the gods and in the emperor, and everything will work out, right?
Of course, naturally.
As it always does in the
You know,
Empire.
just obey your superiors, and everything will be fine.
Mm-hmm. What can go wrong, right?
It's the infallibility of the noble class.
Okay. And you are discussing this, and almost like suddenly, almost probably like maybe even like too fast, because you've just ordered it. You hear knocking at the door. You go open it.
Yes, I do, with my hand on my dagger.
Yeah. Outside, you see one of the boys that
Huh?
you've paid a penny.
Huh?
He's saying, "Your meal's here, miner."
Oh, please bring it in.
Yeah, he moves back from your view, and then he and his companion, they first they enter, bringing a small table. They place it in the middle of the room. Then they bring chairs, 4 total, even though you have 2 chairs in the room already. Then they bring food, and the food smells very good. Actually, it's it's actually nice. It's actually sweetbreads and pen drippings, as well as bread dumplings in spicy broth, and there's a bottle of red wine, almost certainly from the top shelf. Not your usual bitter,
Yeah.
water.
Vinegar.
Bitter vinegar or bitter grape tasting water.
Yeah.
And when they leave, Finron enters, looking just like before. I mean, he's dressed very well. He doesn't have his apron that he normally has when standing behind the counter, the bar, and he's still armed. He closes the door behind you, and with a gesture, even though it's your room, invites you to sit at the table. And he sits last. When all 3 of you are seated, he sits last. Now,
Okay.
he says, looking at you, "Let's eat. Let's enjoy this meal." And so you eat. The food is excellent. It's really one of the best meals that you had ever since you came to Altdorf. The last meal like that was in the restaurant that you went to right before searching for a slayer. The one where you had brandy first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask how he came to own the inn.
I've inherited it, he says, from the last owner.
Have you always lived in Altdorf?
No, I lived in Naun before, and before that I lived in Tilean.
Oh, interesting.
I was for many years I was a soldier in one of Phoenix King's armies, stationed south, in the far south from here, very far south. Few of your kind visits this parts of the world. After I was done with my duty and I earned the right to leave, well, I decided to travel the lands instead of returning to my home in Ulfuan. And so I first lived in Miraliano for some time, and then I moved to the Empire, and now I'm here.
Very interesting.
Thank you. it's well, it almost took 2 of your human lifetimes before I made my home in Altdorf.
Wow.
But how exactly I got into the possession of Shepherd's Wand is a tale for another time. By the way, the names... I didn't invented the name. It was made by the previous owner. It was...
Yeah.
He envisioned
It definitely sounds like a it sounds like a very human name.
Yes, I know that it means... I know what it means, he says,
Yeah.
and he smiles slightly in this rather uncanny valley way.
Yeah.
You should try those dumplings. The spices are... I don't want to brag, but I've created the mix myself, he says. And I think they're very good. And he just... for an elf, actually, he eats... I mean, he's an elf, but he's like a human. When he's hungry, you can see that he just wolves down his food. That said, of course, the portions are big enough that after all is said and done, you're all just stuffed. You are completely, full, and the food is excellent. Finron opens the bottle of wine. Of course, it was it was corked before. He pours each one of you and himself a generous measure into very elegant-looking wine glasses, and he raises the glass. To your health, and to your and to your prosperity. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
And with that, you, bing, I don't know what was. How do you call it in English?
Well, I think clink the glasses.
Clink, yeah,
I mean, it's a toast, right?
Oh yeah, just making a toast, yeah.
But yeah, when you cheers, you touch glasses together.
Yeah.
And I believe it's always called clink. So that's a nice Germanic word.
Yeah.
In English.
You clink the glasses.
Yeah.
And you take.
I was going to say we probably need to wrap up.
Yes. We are wrapping up right now, because you're taking a long sip of the wine. It's excellent. Finro takes the glass away from his lips, then he looks at all of you. Now, he says, let's talk business. And with that, we went.
Okay. And I've just drugged you with Crimson Shade.
Yeah. It's... have fun. There was Warpstone in the wine.
Yeah.
No, of course not. But, we'll continue next time. For now. For today's session, 60 points for the game itself. For your characters, 10 points each, because both of you roleplayed them very well. For religion, Johannes, 10 points, because I like how you mentioned, the gods, how you mentioned, oh yeah, Sigmar, by the way. Gustav, what about you? What about your religion?
Religion... I can't think of anything specific. There was stuff I thought, but didn't.
Yeah, I also don't think that there was anything. Although, I would give you probably 5 points because you're a Shalayan, and even though you didn't do this, you didn't invoke her name. The fact that you didn't want to trade drugs. And that you were abhorred when it was, when it turned out that Dankmar was almost certainly drugging his fighters. That was pretty Shalayan, I think. So I'll give you 5 points for that.
Okay.
Star signs, Johannes.
My star sign is the Piper. And so I guess I'm trying to wheel and deal. I'm trying to think, because I feel like I didn't really get the opportunity to deal too much today. It was more like aspirational dealing rather than And so.
But you were talking about it, I think. Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
Discussing.
I was saying about how I want to leverage our contacts to our way in business and impress the girl.
Yeah, and I think that's worthy 5 points, honestly, because I see that you were trying even when you didn't have opportunity. It still counts. Gustav, what about you?
The dancer. When we met Kai, I was trying to crack jokes with him and have a staring contest with him when we first met.
Okay. The dancer is like you want to party, yes? You want to live life to the fullest.
Yeah, you're not necessarily party, but you're all like you'll make rash decisions, or not rash decisions, but like always down for whatever, you know.
Okay. I can give you 5 points for that. Sure, that was good. You're dooming, Johannes.
I need to read it out because every time but essentially, I don't think I did it because it was. I not the ribbon nor feather wear, yea, the peacock is thine enemy.
Wow. This dooming sucks.
But I do have a plan for it.
Okay,
but,
you want to buy
yeah,
a peacock, I presume.
Yeah, that's it. I want to buy a peacock and then I want to beat it to death.
Yeah. or find a peacock-headed mutant and create. He will be your arch nemesis.
Well, so that's been my general take on it has been to try to fuck with dandy boys. But I didn't do any of that this thing. The only other thing I'm intending to do, but again didn't do it this session, was to buy some nice clothes, but make them as plain as possible.
Okay, nice.
So essentially dressed. So essentially dressed like a Puritan, or something to that effect.
Yeah, it's cool. So you'll be having nice clothes, but they'll be very basic.
Like a designer black and white suits.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I didn't do any of that this time, so I'm assuming I get 0 for my doom.
Yeah, I mean you didn't do that yet, but I will remember it. Gustav, what about your dooming? Oh, sorry, Sean, you were saying something?
No, I do want to try to work that in. It's just, I just haven't gotten to it.
Sure. Gustav, what about your dooming?
I shall suppeth from the cup of corruption. I said I'm definitely not drinking with Lightfoot anymore.
All right, that's very cool. I'll give you 10 for that. That was good. That was good. And after that, no race for you guys because you're both, you're both just
the boring race.
Yeah, the boring race, humans, stuff like that, human male warriors.
Yeah.
But Sean, I'm going to give you 5 points more for the shillings, for the shilling ideas.
Oh.
The way that you've ditched the guys who were training you. Very nice. Bran, did I give you points back then for that?
I don't remember.
Okay.
He doesn't need points. He's got too many already.
Yeah.
I don't remember too, but Sean, anyway, you are given 5 points. This wasn't an idea that pushed the scenario forward per se, but it was a very nice idea and implemented very well. And I think that, you sacrificed half a crown, essentially, to run away. So that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for today. And now, just so you guys know, next I'm away from 21st to 28th. So I could probably play on 29th of October.
Did somebody say they couldn't play on the 29th, or am I imagining that?
I mean, Michael
said something about the 29th.
but he also let me.
I mean, he also has
Yeah. He's probably not going to be in the next couple ones, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let me find my monthly calendar.
He said that he can be on 30th and 31st.
Yeah, of course.
So 29th should be fine.
Yeah. I think so.
Okay, so for now, let's say that we are playing on 29th. I'm going to write about it in the group, and we shall see what's next. But for now, thank you very much for the game, guys. It was very fun.
Yeah, the notes real quick. Make sure that they're actually in there before I back out.
Let me see. And sorry if I was out of it for a while, but I really want to check something about town guards in Altdorf, and I couldn't find it. So, and I really needed it. So that's why I was trying to listen to you, but I also really had to search for it. I see.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
When you described the drugs, I zoned out for a second. I was like, wait, what are we talking? What? I was like, there's what in the box?
Okay, so I see the notes. Marla gets half of your XP. Actually, Marla will get half of your XP, Brian. Just okay.
Okay.
Same as was the case with Gennaro. So, how much XP did you got right now?
90. Yeah, 90.
So she gets 45. So I'm going to add this to her. Okay, and in that case, I'll see you all on the 29th. Thank you very much.
Okay. Great. Thank
Good
you.
game. See you.
Yeah, good game,
Take care.
guys. Talk to you later.
Take care, guys. Bye bye.